Hey, this is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan doing an impromptu, rare Sunday afternoon live stream. Kind of off my streaming schedule as of late. Kind of, my regular Fridays haven't been consistent for a while, but yeah, I did the live debate live stream on Wednesday. Thanks for joining, guys. That was quite an event. A lot of viewers, and there's been a lot of crazy drama that's happened afterwards. So if you want to ask any questions about that, I'm not sure if you're aware, it's really been happening on Twitter. But anyway, yeah, we skipped Friday evening. That was our anniversary, me and Angie, our wedding anniversary. So yeah, of course, I'm not going to live stream during our evening out. So here I'm Sunday. I'm kind of itching to do a live stream because, I don't want to wait another like 5 days and wait till Friday of next week, which I'm planning to do, by the way. I'm trying to get back on my schedule now that we don't have a bunch of, things planned and all. But anyway, yeah, wanted to say hi. And thanks, Luciano. Let me actually get something so I can make sure I can hear all the dings and stuff going on. So let's see, Luciano Palomba, just thank you, just donated a super chat tip there. Thanks, guys, I appreciate that. And if you guys want to hit that super chat button to make sure I see a question or comment, that helps get it in front of me. You don't have to do that. I'm just saying that's one way to make sure I see it. And I also pinned the link up top in the live stream chat to our Streamlabs page, which you can leave a super chat there. And what's really cool about Streamlabs as opposed to YouTube super chat functionality is Streamlabs doesn't take a giant cut out of it like YouTube does. So all goes to the creator, and if you do $5 or more, it'll text to speech your comment, which is kind of fun and cool, and play a cool trap beat for us at the same time. So anyway, yeah, let's see what's going on here. I'm glad everyone is here, a lot of the regulars, because yeah, this was a weird time. I wasn't sure who'd be on. I was hoping maybe I'd get a few late night Europeans too, which are who are usually sound asleep when I come on Friday evenings. But I figure if you're up to like midnightish in Europe, you could be on here watching. So let's see. Let me know if anyone is in Europe watching right now. I was trying to come on a little early, but Angie and I decided to quickly dart out to Farmers Market, get some summer peaches, of course, make Angie's peach pie from Keep It Carb Baby. Let's see. So let's see what is going on, guys, here. Middle East. Okay, that's that's in the Europe kind of chunk of what's that called? Longitude, I guess, as I'm looking at there. So yeah, 1 a.m. Okay, awesome. Cool. Vishal, how's it going? AIDS in the UK. Awesome. Ooh. Luciano, thank you for our second super chat tip, this time on Streamlabs. And it's going to text your speech here.
Hello.
Hello. Let me know if you guys heard that. I always have to ask you guys because I have a little bug in my software here, so I have to do this workaround, and I don't have 100% confidence in it yet. So let me know if you guys heard the hello and the trap beat there from Luciano Polamba's second tip of the day here. You heard it. Awesome, guys. Thanks for letting me know. Thanks for being my eyes and ears on the other side there. Because when I hear my headphones, it's not the same mix, the same audio that you guys are hearing out on YouTube land. I have different mixers happening here. Let's see, you got some peaches, JL, at Farmer's Market. Yeah, try the peach pie recipe. Angie was like lamenting, like, gosh, like one thing that she lived for in summers, because for us, summers is kind of a drag. It's hot, everyone's vacationing, it's crowded, it's hard to go places. She really laments not having peaches to make her peach pie. So I said, let's go get it. It was like it was not even 1 o'clock. Farmer's Market closes at 2. I did my workout, I took a bath, ready to go. I said, hey, let's just go get your peaches, and I'll do my live stream a little bit later on. Let's see. Zoe, I think that message is okay. You can plug your broccoli bitch, Zoe. Good to see you. I think I remember you on there. Yeah, a lot of been getting a lot of discussion happening on my Twitter account. If you're not following my Twitter, it's at Ryan Lum. I think I have it in the show description. Maybe not. Anyway, it's at Ryan Lum. I got a lot of new followers after the debate on Wednesday. So thank you. If anyone is new watching a live stream here, Luciano, thank you once again for the third super chat tip there.
I think I sent the same message twice.
No, you just said hello, and then lol, I think I sent the same message twice. So no, those are two distinct messages there. So Cool, Luciano. Thanks so much. In fact, we're not going to go for the pizza fun tonight because, it's a Friday night thing. But I told Angie, maybe I'll get a burrito fun. There's a place that just opened up around here, just maybe like a 4-minute drive away. It's called Pancho's Vegan Tacos. They're like a branch of a Las Vegas restaurant that we went to when we went to Las Vegas to eat vegan food a few years ago. Anyway, they have a one right out here, Pancho's Vegan Tacos. So yeah, if we can get a few more bucks, we'll get some burritos after this. I'll order it and go get burritos when the live stream is done. So I think we're already looking good there, just thanks to Luciano Palomba's great super chat tips there. Yeah, they have really good vegan burritos there. If anyone is coming out to Long Beach to check out Pancho's Vegan Tacos, just make sure that you get things as mild as possible. That's one problem that we've had and some of the customers have had, that their green salsa verde is extremely hot. In fact, that's what they've been putting on the enchiladas instead of like an enchilada sauce. They've been putting on the green salsa verde. It's like insanely hot. So other than that, I like them, but yeah, you got to just make sure they don't burn your mouth apart. Burn your mouth apart. I don't think that's the right idiom, but anyway. Oh, cool, Zoe. I'm glad you're liking the new hairdo here. Yeah, I'm really digging it for summer too. So much I can do with it. It's very versatile, fun haircut to have. I don't miss the old hair one bit. I just can't believe I didn't do this sooner. Peter, are they really calling cow's milk plant-based? I couldn't find anything about it. Yes, that was actually true. I saw an article about it like the day after. Someone told us about this last week on the live stream. Yeah, did I read much about it? Let me see. I've read so much since then. I can't recall any details. But I think the what they were going for is that the cow manufacturers want to get in this whole plant-based thing, and they don't want to get left off the plant-based milk bandwagon. So I think they're trying to be able to label their milk as plant-based, their cow's milk as plant-based, if they're feeding their cows all plants, something weird like that. And that's worthy of a story. So yeah, I'll make a video about that next week. So thanks for reminding me about that, Peter. And thanks for the super chat tip there too, Peter. But yes, I believe, unless I had a weird dream, that is a true story. Let's see. Yeah, I barely remember the long hair now too. Again, I have no regrets. Yeah, it looks really cool from 10 years ago, 15 years ago, when it was all thick and healthy and stuff like that. But I didn't take care of it. I got older too, so my hair didn't look as good long anymore. I'm totally happy with this new short hair. Let's see. Hey, Tin Man, how's it going? Hey, Race Lever, what are you saying there? Are you going to make a joke about the plant-based? It was Irish Dairy calling cow milk plant-based milk because the cows ate grass. Well, couldn't you call their meat, that same those Irish cows that were eating just plants, couldn't you call their meat plant-based milk? Really? I mean plant-based meat, right? I mean, by that same logic, everything comes from the cow would be plant-based. Their butter and cheese would be plant-based because they ate plants only. That's crazy. Aren't they pretty much fed, especially in feeding lots, just grains anyway? So I don't understand what this thing is. They're trying to, again, they're the ones that are accusing the plant-based milks of confusing consumers by using the word milk. They're the ones that are confusing consumers by trying to co-opt the term plant-based to describe their animal products. This is crazy. 2021, what's going to happen next? The world is black is white, now. Hey, Jamit. Thanks. I know your name there, Jamit. Hey, deliberate deception by the dairy industry. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Thanks for the super chat tip there, Jamit. Let's see. Yeah, it is cool to see them desperate, Vishal, but this is a stupid move. It's just going to confuse more people. This is crazy to call. If you feed your cows all plants, then you can call the meat and the milk and the dairy from it plant-based? Really? That's crazy. That's like saying if you feed your plants only meat, which is crazy, but say you could feed plants only meat, then you could call the plant burger that you make out of that real cow meat burger because you fed you fed all the soy meat. To see what I'm saying? It's just crazy logic. It makes zero sense. Anyway, hey, Vegan Metalhead, what is up? What? Zoe, people tease you on Thanksgiving and stuff saying their turkey was vegan? because turkeys are vegan. Do they even logic, Zoe? Because that makes zero sense. How is a turkey vegan unless you're getting like tofurkey or something like that, a Beyond Turkey, if they ever invent that, how is a turkey vegan exactly? I'd like to hear. I mean, a turkey, it has, a face and a mother, it has bones and blood, a brain, a central nervous system. How is that vegan again exactly? It's funny how non-vegans, and this is a great example of non-vegans taking it upon themselves to define what veganism is. Like, vegans eat only plants, but they eat turkey too. Like, you just made that up. That's not in the definition of vegan anywhere. In fact, let's look at the definition of vegan really quick. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I don't remember the part where it says about eating turkey on Thanksgiving. Let's see. I'm looking at it right here. A way of living which seeks to exclude, as far as possible and practical, all forms of exploitation of and cruelty to animals for food, clothing, or any other purpose. I don't see anything there. Promotes the development and use of animal-free alternatives for the benefit of animals. Animal-free alternatives. So how is eating turkey animal-free? I mean, you're going to have to do some, not you, Zoe, but anyone arguing this will have to do some major gymnastics. And I always want to point out, it says nothing in here about, it's okay for vegans to eat turkey. It doesn't say that in here. It's crazy. It says at the bottom, one thing all vegans have in common is a plant-based diet avoiding all animal products. Notice there's no asterisk there saying, except for turkey. So, Zoe, next time you have these people telling you this crazy nonsense, show them the definition of vegan, and notice at the bottom it says all animal products, and see how they respond to that. Because that is just complete make-believe nonsense. Hey, Uncle Walt, how's it going, Uncle Walt? Just ate a pound of broccoli. Wow, Rabbit Creative. Then you are the true broccoli soldier. I had some broccoli last night. Yeah, we made some like orange chicken, some Gardein orange chicken. Rarely do that. Just once in a while, Angie will get that for me like a couple times a year. And made some broccoli and rice to go along with that. Kyle, yeah, no one owns the definition of veganism. You can't really own a definition of a word or term. But they have a definition that I refer to often because, no definition is going to be absolutely 100% perfect, but it's pretty good. It captures the flair of what veganism is. It's not a diet. Yeah, you have to eat food since we have ethical, moral issues with killing and exploiting animals, as most people should have, but they don't. Anyway, we have to eat food, so we eat a plant-based diet devoid of all animal products. But they don't own the definition. I just use them because they've been around for 70, 80 years. And this definition, is pretty well known and gets the job done pretty well. Oh, really? Dorcastag. Really? So I got to read this here. So you just wanted to let me know that VD, who we will not refer to by her entire channel name in its entirety, it just abbreviates down to VD. And it's a perfect, thing to call our channel because it is a bunch of toxic disease. Anyway, she was live with Bart K yesterday. She claims she never talks about vegan male baldness in her videos, and she's done so about me. I called her out on it and she ignored me. By the way, I'm not bald or anything like that. I'm 54 years old. My hair is not as thick as it was when I started our channel in 2013, but usually males' hair doesn't get thicker once you're over the age of 30 or 40. So anyway, she's lying right there. Yeah, she made a whole video saying how my hair is thinning and balding because I'm vegan. My eyebrows are falling out because I'm vegan. All these horrible things. I have crooked lines on my face. I look like this because I'm vegan. It's just because she paused the frame at a weird moment. I look like crap. Anyway, cool. I'm glad you called her out on it. Now you don't need to post it. She just lies and makes crap up. So why would she should be consistent and lie when you call her out too. When does she go live, it's all troll. Don't even bother. Don't give her any satisfaction or any views. She just needs to go away. I've said enough about her already today. Yep, I'm with you, Rach. Yeah, there's no one vegan diet other in the sense that we don't eat animal products. So there's many ways to have a vegan diet. You could have a vegan diet exclusively of drinking juice all day, like fully raw Christina. Like, I would never recommend that. And that's the kind of vegan diet that, you know, people will try and they fail, then they blame veganism on it because it's a crap way of being vegan. Just like eating, French fries exclusively would be a vegan diet, but you're going to fail on that. It's just you're totally right, Race. That's one thing a lot of non-vegans or anti-vegans don't understand. They say the vegan diet. There is no the vegan diet. You just could eat like Oreos and be on a vegan diet, but it's not one that any vegan nutritionist or medical doctor or health organization that I've ever seen recommends or suggests that people should follow. Hey, thanks, Uncle Walt. Yeah, we had a pretty good time. We kind of celebrated our wedding anniversary over a couple days, so thanks. A little burp there. Okay. All right, so let's see if you guys have any questions for me about anything. If you have wonder anything about the debate, what happened afterwards, or anything like that, because that Kevin Bass guy has been like spiraling, and I'm not sitting here to speak bad of him. He's just been going nuts on Twitter ever since the debate. It was pretty crazy. Does anyone here actually eat Oreos? Yeah, that's a good question, because I can't say I can't remember the last time I've had an Oreo. Yeah, they're dry and gross. That's how I kind of feel about them too, Zoe. Maybe if you're really stoned one night or something and someone offered you a bag of Oreos, it might seem appealing. But I can't recall I don't even know if I've had any Oreos since I've been vegan, to be completely honest with you guys. I might have, but I'm having trouble recalling it. Yeah, thanks for mentioning that, Aid. Yeah, Kevin Bass blocked you, so I didn't see what he posted afterwards. Yeah, he ended up blocking pretty much every vegan in the world, including yours truly. He made a point to block everyone that's on Ask Yourself's Discord server, everyone on Dr. Avi's Discord server. Pretty much anyone that has vegan in their username, I know, got blocked. One guy said, hey, I never even, some guys, I'm quoting his tweet, said, like, I literally haven't said one word about this whole Kevin Bass, Ryan Lum, Dr. Avi debate thing, but he ended up blocking me for absolutely no reason. So he's been going around blocking everyone that has anything to do with veganism ever since the debate. He seemed like he was all right, like right after, but the next day spiraling out of control. I had to mute him because he was going to mess up my wedding anniversary. I want to spend time with Angie. I don't want to see some guy just like losing it on Twitter. And he accused me of all sorts of things, guys. He accused me of being dishonest, misrepresenting him, and doing a bait and switch. And I just want to point out all I did, and you guys could correct me if I'm wrong. Like, you guys remember I made a video about a month ago saying, hey, Kevin, stop saying all this whack crap about vegans on your Twitter. So when he came on the debate, I just held him accountable. I showed him his words, his tweets, exactly as he said them. I didn't try to reinterpret them or paraphrase them in my own words. I showed him his exact words, screenshots from Twitter, from his account, and gave him a chance to defend them or walk it back a little bit if he thinks he maybe overstated things, which is funny. That's what he accuses Dr. Greger of doing all the time. He says Dr. Greger of nutritionfacts.org is guilty of always overstating things, going too far. I'm going, okay, if you want to walk some stuff back, you can do it right here and apologize for the stuff you said about vegans, or you can try to defend it. So I gave him that opportunity, and he's going on slandering me, saying I bait and switched him. Like, no, I put your own words up there verbatim for you to react to, and I gave him ample opportunity. So how is that dishonest? How is that being misrepresenting? How can you misrepresent someone by giving them their own tweets, screenshots of them, and asking them, hey, these are your words. Here's the crap you said about vegans. Defend it in front of a vegan. So that's kind of my response to that, in case Kevin is watching, everyone's watching. It's pretty much impossible to misrepresent someone if you're not paraphrasing them. If you show them their own words and ask them, hey, here's your own words. What do you have to say about that? Let's talk about this. So anyway, let's see. Let's see what you guys are talking about here. What's that, Aid? His persona on Twitter is so different to how he is live. I don't know. I'm not sure what he's like on both. I just know on Twitter he says a bunch of crazy stuff, and live he was defending that crazy stuff with us here. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Kyle. I saw you on Twitter. Hey, do you have anything to say about that? Ryan, there were some complaints about the volume of your mics not being the same and me interrupting them. Yeah, great question, Kyle. I think those are fair things to throw at me. Volume of mics, I mean, I guess, I mean, what I'm here, I tell you, what I hear in my headphones is not what's going out live to you guys, so I apologize. I try to get it pretty close, but yeah, I have a better mic, but I don't have it cranked up to all, it's not being compressed and limited to all hell or anything like that. However, here's my response to that. If my mic was louder than his, let's say that his mic had equal volume as mine did, he still would have said the same crap, right? He still would have tried to defend his position that veganism is just a diet. It has nothing to do with morals and ethics and all like that. And he still would have said the same crap he said about how there exists no strong evidence showing that eliminating meat prevents disease. I'm quoting him here verbatim. He still would have said the same thing. It's not like if he had more volume, he would have all of a sudden been able to think or speak logically and display critical thinking. That has nothing to do with the volume of a microphone. That has to do with your thoughts. And if your thoughts are already incoherent and not logical, volume is not going to help you in any way there. So that's my response to that. My mic was louder than his. It wouldn't have helped him in any way, shape, or form more coherent, logical thought patterns. Anyone disagree with that? If you think, let me know if you think I'm being a dick here. If if you turn up someone's mic, all of a sudden it takes illogical thinking and transforms it into logical thinking. It'll just make it louder. It would have made his illogical thoughts louder. And as far as interrupting, if I did, I apologize. It's really hard when you're doing something live, like say like a musician, when you play live, it's really hard to tell sometimes. Am I playing this too fast? Unless you have a drum machine or something like that, it's hard to tell in the moment to have an objective feedback of what's happening. So if I interrupted, I apologize. It wasn't like a tactic or a trick I was trying to do. That said, I told him ahead of time to try to keep his thoughts focused, because I saw he made before the debate, like a few hours before the debate started, he put out a 1 hour response video to my original video. 1 hour! So I knew from that alone that he likes to ramble and pontificate off weird tangents. So I told him, try to keep the discussion focused. I don't want viewers to fall asleep or anything like that. I want to be everything we say to be focused on the topic at hand, no tangents. So and I forewarned him, if you see me stop you, I'll try not to, but it'll be only to steer the direction of our conversation in a more focused way. So anyway, yeah, if I apologize. Anyone thought I was interrupting Kevin? Wasn't my intention. I watched it back. I did, step in a few times, but I let him talk. I let him complete his thoughts. I often ask him, I'll even say, is this what you're trying to say? I'll paraphrase it and then give him a chance to respond and clarify or debunk what I just said. So, then again, I sincerely apologize to anyone who thought I was interrupting Kevin. It's not intentional. Just like I said, in the moment of doing something live, it's really hard to know exactly objectively what's happening. So if maybe I'll watch it again and see if I think if I agree with those criticisms, because it is possible. Yeah, Kyle, he did say vegans are. Let's see. He did say vegans are vegan either for ethical reasons or for pseudoscience reasons. Yeah, exactly. I don't see how if I gave him more volume in his microphone, he would have said something differently or had a better way to justify these bold claims. And just that, basically one of his bold claims that we were dancing around there too is veganism inherently at its core pseudoscience? Because he had a few tweets that said that. I didn't show those that evening. I think I had to because I want to discuss some of the other more interesting topics. But yeah, it's basically his point that veganism at its core is pseudoscience. Why? Because he doesn't like Dr. Greger. It's like, since when was Dr. Greger, since when is he pseudoscience for the first point? But let's just go on a tangent here, a thought experiment. Let's say Dr. Greger is wacky pseudoscience, which he's not, but let's say he is. So what? I mean, that's just one person who's not even obviously vegan to me. We had to like do some research. You should know, like me, if I've been vegan 10 years following Dr. Greger, I would have probably heard him say he's vegan. I never have. Doesn't mean he's not, but I'm saying he's not an obvious vegan. If you ask me like who's like a vegan spokesperson, Dr. Greger wouldn't be one of the first people that come to mind, just because I don't like think of him in the catalog of vegans in my brain as being like a vegan. He probably is. He might be, but I really don't know. I might think of something like Earthling Ed or something like that. Why doesn't he pick on Mike the Vegan or myself or Vegan Gains, who base what we say when we make nutritional claims, we base it on evidence. Why does he pick on Dr. Garth Davis? Well, he did pick on Dr. Garth Davis. Remember I showed Proteinaholic? Kevin took the position that Dr. Garth Davis's book, Proteinaholic, Dr. Garth should remove it from all bookshelves, call up his publisher and have him stop the presses, burn the rest of the books or something like that. Why? Because Kevin didn't like some of the science that Dr. Garth used in there. I mean, that's just a crazy position. Why would Dr. Garth need to pull his book from the bookshelf store, the shelves of the stores? That's just a really wild, an extreme position to hold. Yeah, he's gone off on Dr. Campbell, T. Colin Campbell. He's just bagging on every person, like Dr. McDougall. We're going off on him a bit. I said Dr. McDougall isn't even vegan. He eats turkey. At least he claims to eat turkey every Thanksgiving. I mean, it's just funny how he's like picking and choosing people he wants and then ignoring how come we never talked about, say, Mike the Vegan, for instance? How come we never talked about YouTubers, just some medical doctors? Remember he said to be in this group of medical doctors isn't like they're all like old white dudes or something like that. Anyway, yeah, JL, yeah, I'm glad I came on earlier too tonight. Jess, yeah, Kevin claimed to be a vegan at one time, but again, it sounds like he was never a vegan. It sounds like Kevin had experienced eating a vegan diet for a year or something in his life, but as far as I know, he's never been an ethical vegan. And again, he doesn't understand that there's a clear distinction between someone who eats a vegan diet because of moral, ethical reasons, meaning we find it morally wrong to harm, exploit, kill animals, and someone who's eating a vegan diet for some other purpose. Maybe their doctor put them on it. They read a book about the environment or something like that. They saw the Game Changers and they want to become more athletic. And these are all fine reasons to not eat animal products, but those are missing the ethical component. So that's why I try to tell Kevin, just because you're eating plants doesn't mean you're vegan. Say you're a hunter, a big game hunter, you go to Africa every year and shoot a bunch of elephants and rhinos and what else the hell they shoot there. And you have a heart attack, your doctor puts you on 100% diet of plants, no animal products. That person can still go shoot big game every year in Africa and not give a crap about the animals because they don't care about the animals. They're eating no animals, but that's not, that has no bearing on their ethical views of harming animals. So yeah, I'm saying if Kevin were true, if his position were completely true, that there's no distinction between plant-based and vegan, that allows for the possibility of vegan big game hunters or just vegan hunters. And look up vegan hunting on Google. You'll just see guys with their rifles, and instead of showing dead animals as their prey that they shot, they'll have like cucumbers and lettuce and stuff like that. I mean, you would think if, all the years, all the many people have been vegan over the years, if there was such a thing as vegan hunters, we'd be able to find a few. Debate with Jello Biafra about what? The singer from the Dead Kennedys punk band? Is that what you're asking about? Yeah, Ellen or Eileen. Yeah, I've heard debate as to if Dr. McDougall is actually being true or just being a bit facetious when he says he has eats turkey every year at Thanksgiving. I have no confirmation that he actually does. I've heard he just says that, so when people listen to his messages, they don't think, oh, he's some like radical vegan, I'm never going to listen to him. It might be a tactic, a strategy like that, possibly. I don't know. But just the fact that, could you imagine like Earthling Ed or Joey Carbstrong saying, yeah, but every Thanksgiving I participate with my family and eat turkey. You're never going to hear that, right? Because, any, ethical vegan, especially one who, speaks to the public, would never say that, So that's why I don't consider, Dr. McDougall's message to be a representative of a vegan or something like that. Not to say he might not be, but, no real ethical vegan will go out and say, yeah, eat turkey at Thanksgiving. Again, I'm not bagging on him at all or anything like that. I'm just thinking, I think he says that just so people don't perceive him as a vegan, because some people, as we all know, hate vegans. Mark, then you're a vegan hunter. Mark, you shot a pumpkin. Yeah, you're a vegan hunter. That's what I'm talking about. There's no such thing as like vegan big game hunters. It's just crazy. It's impossible. Michael Jackson. Why is Michael Jackson here? And why did Michael Jackson begin his sentence with Michael Jackson and type in all caps? Just kind of curious there. Ooh, a pumpkin action shotgun. We got some comedians here tonight. I guess Race Lever isn't the only comedian in the chat today. Anyway, yeah, I guess I have a hunting theme thing tonight with my broccoli soldier, huh? I guess I'm part of the vegan hunters. I should go out with a shotgun, pose with it, and have a bunch of broccoli laid out. Yeah, Zoe, it's crazy that people hate us, because we're, when you get down to it, except for a few extremists, which could be in any group or any movement, it's a peaceful movement. We're advocating for no non-violence, no harm. It's at its core a peaceful movement, a compassionate movement. So yeah, it's just super ironic and lame that people hate us for pressing, putting out a message of what's essentially peace. Kyle, more thoughts about the post debate. Would I debate Kevin again on his terms? I saw his terms and they were kind of outrageous. One thing is he wanted to have the debate in early 22. Like what? Like 6 to 12, 18 months? I mean, or 12 months? Like what the hell? Why? What's so long with that? And he said he wanted to have up to 30 studies that we could agree upon beforehand. I'm going, it sounds like you want to get into the nuts and bolts of studies, really look finely at fine details of the science, discuss, hey, is this the right confidence interval, stuff like that. That is not my background. I have a little bit of training in that, but not enough like what Dr. Avi has. So that's why I said, if we're going to have a discussion about the science, I would prefer to have someone who can discuss the science with more authority than I can, because someone like Kevin could just say, oh, this is the wrong confidence interval. We need a p-value of 0.01 instead of 0.003. I would not know how to respond to that. So that just would be a pointless debate there. So I want this, if we're going to talk about science, I want to have, if not Avi, someone who's, qualified to handle the scientific questions that I am not. I don't have training in that. And I'll answer anything else that has to do with the critical thinking, the logic, the philosophy, which is my background. Basically, what I do in most of my videos, I look at claims that people make, like, Kevin Bass or Joe Rogan or what have you, and see if they make any sense, if they're true and valid. But as far as like discussing fine details of studies and what they mean and don't mean, and I could try, but it's not going to be, I'm not going to be the best representative of that. So if I get someone else, it could be, someone even more popular. It could be Dr. Greger, who he hates, Kevin hates. So it could be Dr. Garth Davis, who now is, Kevin seems to dislike too. So yeah, I would do it only if he wants to talk about science. I want to have someone who has a better scientific background than I have. But if we're just going to talk about logic, philosophy type stuff, claims that people make, I'm cool with that on my own. So that's my only qualification there. If it's a science debate, let's have someone with more science than background than I have. And I think that only makes sense. Or else you could just make up crap. You need a forest plot here. This is the wrong kind of graph. How would I know? I'm not a trained research designer. So yeah, if you could tell them that one if you're in contact with them. I'm open to it, but yeah, I don't want to do a science debate as a non-scientist. Yeah, if we can get Greg or anyone else. Yeah, it doesn't have to be Dr. Avi. I just thought Dr. Avi would be a good, somebody I could reach out to immediately. I know how to reach him. I don't know how to call up Dr. Greger and say, yo, bro, I want to debate this Kevin dude, All right, Michael Jackson. Can I please talk about B12 vitamins for vegans? Sure, I'll give you my 1-minute elevator pitch about B12 and vegans. I've been vegan now almost 11 years. My first 5 years of being a vegan, I didn't take any B12 supplements, but I didn't do that in a foolish manner. I was getting my blood tested every around year and a half or so, and my blood test results for B12 were always fine. They were above 400 or 500, not deficient, not close to deficient. About the 5th year of being a vegan, I've thought I'd be a responsible public figure here and take a B12 supplement just because people ask, and just because mine is strong doesn't mean yours is too. So I started taking a sublingual B12 spray, and that got my B12 to 900 and 1,000, super high. So the answer to your point is, if you're going vegan immediately, you probably don't need to have a B12 supplement right away. I would recommend, however, getting a blood test immediately in case you're already deficient in it, and you need to know this at the beginning so you don't blame your vegan diet for causing it. A lot of people, I hate speaking generally, let's get more specific here. Approximately 40% of people in the United States are already low or dangerously low in serum B12 levels. And we're talking about vegans. We're talking about just regular meat eating people here. So given that the odds are you already might be low in B12, it's just good to get a test anyway, no matter what diet you're doing, and just take a B12 supplement no matter what diet you're doing. B12 absorption is not a vegan issue, it's a people issue. Otherwise, 40% of Americans wouldn't already be low or dangerously low. So yeah, unless you know better, take a B12 supplement. Got nothing to lose, are pretty cheap, non-toxic, and then you don't have to worry about B12 the rest of your life. No, maybe you will have to. If you do, your doctor will help you figure out what to do. I'm not a medical doctor. Don't make any claims to be a nutritionist or health expert, anything like that. I'm just going by what I've learned as being a vegan and doing it in a responsible way for the past almost 11 years. Let's see, Race. I should have not taken B12 and just kept checking it. It would have really pissed off. I don't know. I just felt like, why not take a B12 supplement? Really, that's how I felt about it. And then I could share my experiences taking B12 supplements. And now I don't take the B12 spray all that much, the sublingual spray. I get most of my B12 from my daily duckweed, the lentine I use that I got for gym gains. It has a lot of amino acids, but it has a lot of other nutrients in there too. And B12 is one of them, a vitamin in this case. So anyway, and I do take the B12 sublingual spray now. Instead of every other day, I do it maybe once a week. I didn't have it for a couple years because I wanted to see how far I could go with the lentine, and my levels went down from 1,000 to the upper mid 500s. So yeah, I did go down. So it's a great level. It's not close to deficient or anything like that though. So anyway, Aid wants to know, I seem to concede that the China study was not scientific in the Kevin Base debate. What are my views? I actually don't know what to make of the China study, to be honest with you. I think there's a lot of confusion as to actually what is the China study. There's a lot of information in his book. It's a lot of it as T. Colin Campbell's life story and background. But not all of it is the China study. So I actually don't know. I know it's a correlational study. They correlate, a behavior such as what you're eating and correlate that with a health outcome. And if you're gonna dismiss all of correlational studies, I guess the China study sucks. The thing is, it's, if you look at it in isolation, I guess it's easier to maybe criticize the China study for not being the strongest science, but its findings are backed up by tons of other studies. I mean, Proteinaholic is like a next level. It was written, a few decades after the China study, and the Adventist health studies take off from there. So it's not like, if you look at the China study in the totality of the rest of the scientific literature, the China study seems valid. The newer and stronger research supports the gist of the claims. Maybe some of the stuff in the China study, I can't remember everything about it, but the gist of the claims seem to be supported by the more modern, stronger research that's come out. But anyway, I don't want to get into that with Kevin. Like I said, I told him I'm not here to debate the science. That is not my strong suit. That's not my background. I'm not a scientist. So I just kind of let him have that because I figured it was meaningless. Let's just say the China study was complete crap. Which it's not, but let's just say it's just complete garbage, nothing true in it whatsoever. Still, that has no bearing on veganism, and it doesn't make veganism pseudoscience, because that book is not like the Bible of vegans or something like that. See what I'm getting at? That book could be complete crap, and it doesn't affect my life whatsoever as far as a vegan. It doesn't debunk any of the scientific findings that eliminating meat reduces risk for disease. Doesn't change any of that whatsoever. So the China study is just one piece of the puzzle that connects from the past to the present, showing that if you have fewer animal products, you have some pretty good health outcomes, generally speaking, compared to those who don't reduce or eliminate meat. That's I think that's my way of looking at it. Yeah, Kyle, good point too. Yeah, I said when people refer to the China study, what are they referring to exactly? As you point out there, it's not a scientific publication. It's a book that T. Colin Campbell put out based on research that was done, and what do they call it? Based on the China Cornell Oxford project. There's a collaboration between China and these United States institutions. If anything, that is the China study, the study that looked at the data that the Chinese government collected on its people, which the United States institutions later ran the correlations on. Ran the statistics to find these significant correlations. So yeah, that's my one problem I have when people talk about the China study. I don't think everyone's talking about the same thing. Are you talking about the book? Are you talking about the academic study? What are you referring to? What is pseudoscientific in your mind? Be specific. So yeah, that's why I don't bring up the China study all that much, because there's just kind of a lot of ambiguity and confusion surrounding the China study. But in general, yeah, I don't think it's pseudoscience or garbage or anything like that. Is everything in there true? Probably not, but I haven't read it for a while. I should. I think I still have my copy of that book. Yeah, GL, that sounds about right. Not a medical doctor, but you're quoting Dr. McDougall there, and that seems to be what I can confirm. That's what I've learned too. What's in the B12 in your body doesn't deplete overnight. Assuming you already have healthy levels, and there's no way to know that. Get a blood test. Don't assume anything. But if you have healthy levels, they don't deplete overnight. It takes years. Not that's why I say if you're a new vegan, I see a lot of people are thinking about going vegan, or they're new and they're all worried about their B12. I say, don't worry about that. Go get a blood test right now. Odds are you're probably fine. And if you're not, it's good to know that you're low before you start your vegan journey, so you don't blame it on veganism. So, but yeah, you're right there. It's typically something you have to worry about immediately, unless you were already low in B12, and you should have been addressing that before going vegan. Again, it has nothing to do with a vegan diet being low or dangerously low. Anyway, let's see. Let's see, Brianne, you went vegan a long time ago, 20 years ago, and had low B12 in 2001 because you didn't know to supplement. So yeah, 10 years is enough time for your B12 levels to go down. You have some CNS damage. This is no joke. Yeah, just please take your B12. Yes, that's exactly my point. I'm sorry to hear about that, Brianne. There wasn't as much information in 1999 and 2000. There was no YouTube. That got, that hadn't even been invented yet. And then, to have, relevant vegan health, nutrition related information become available on there took years after that too. So it's not like it is now. Everyone has lots of information out there to refer to. So yeah, I understand what it was like back then. But yes, you're right. Just take a B12 supplement. Just take one. Don't even worry. I mean, just take it. You don't have to worry about anything. Just take a B12 supplement. That's what the example I wanted to set as a 5-year vegan back in the day. Even though my B12 levels were fine, I knew that, but I just wanted to just take a supplement and be an example. So all you guys out there on the fence, just take a B12 supplement. Even if you're not a vegan, just take one. Odds are you will benefit from it. What's that, Kyle? Don't assume you can't eat vegan. What's that? Yeah, Jami, Rachel, you had anemia before going vegan. A lot of people assume that, oh, if you're vegan, you're going to be anemic, low in iron. No, there's plenty of people that like you who were already low before going vegan. It's good that you knew before, so you didn't mistakenly say or blame it on veganism. But yeah, I feel your pain. You don't want to tell people about your anemia because they'll not me to assume, oh, it's because of the plants, all those plants you eat. Will soy give you M boobs? No, bro science, they will not. Jess, good point. Yes, Jess, make sure you check your supplements and make sure they are vegan. In this day and age, yes, there are plenty of companies that offer vitamins and supplements that are completely devoid of animal products, cruelty-free. That may have been harder a long time ago, but now there's plenty of companies that offer that. So support those, and yes. I don't like coconut oil, Michael Jackson, just because coconut oil is high in saturated fat, and saturated fat is known to be a potent riser of bad LDL cholesterol. So yeah, I pretty much don't ever consume coconut oil. The only time I do is when it's in a product, like if it happens to be mixed into I don't know, vegan ice cream or whatever, a dairy product. So, but yeah, we don't buy standalone coconut oil and cook with it or do anything with it. Yeah, Joseph. Hey, how's it going, Joseph? Yeah, eating more vegan food actually raised my T levels. Have you seen my videos? Who was asking about that again? Was it Michael Jackson? Yeah, my T levels are... I'm 54 years old, by the way. So, and if you don't know, testosterone levels steadily decline from like a person's late 20s down, to the rest of their lives. They keep going down. However... That being said, mine are those of like a guy in his peak years, like in his 20s. So I've kind of beaten that just by eating a plant-based diet. And I'm saying that based on not only my personal experience, but I've showed videos from the crazy Dr. Greger of nutritionfacts.org, and I'm saying that as a joke, how high meat protein diets actually suppress testosterone levels. Studies have shown that. So yeah, my experience and the studies seem to show that yeah, if you want to have high testosterone levels, eat a bunch of plants. Yeah, Peter, coconut oil, good for skin and hair, that kind of stuff, but as far as putting in the body, you're rolling the dice as far as if your body's good with high saturated fat and high LDL cholesterol levels. JL, your calcium is actually higher now than before. Makes sense. Plants have calcium. What else you guys asking there? Uncle Walt, yeah, not maybe. No, Joe Rogan definitely gets B12 shots. I showed in my testosterone video where I compared my T levels to his. He said he gets shots so that his testosterone levels, and he's the same age as me, guys. We're born 10 days apart in the same year, so we're a good comparison there. It's not like I'm picking on some guy that's way older. No, he's like 9 days younger than me. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that he gets injections of testosterone so that his levels are what mine are, because he says he's just trying to get the levels of like a guy that's about 30 years old, which that's exactly what mine are. A guy in his late 20s, 30 years old. So mine are naturally that way from eating my way I eat, no animal products, and his are that way because he gets shots. I'm just saying, think about that for a bit when you try to think about when people talk about how, you know, going vegan makes men feminized and man boobs and all that stuff. Well, hey, I'm the one with the naturally high testosterone levels. So by those standards, and I don't agree with those in any way, but by those standards, I'm ultra stud dude, right? I'm the toxic masculine dude, not Joe Rogan. Oh, thanks, Michael Jackson. Mushroom is murder? I don't understand that one. It's like meat is murder? Like on the Smith song? Effing Joe Bro Rogan. Yep, that's a good way to... I think I made that up. Bro Rogan, or... Yeah, I think that was my... Did I make another one? Another play on his name? I don't like to do that. It's kind of silly, but anyway. I don't want to talk about Joe Rogan and if he has man boobs or not. Rogan is a renowned expert in his field. Yeah, maybe in his field if you consider his field to be mixed martial arts and that kind of stuff. But when it comes to like plant-based nutrition, just veganism in general, that's not his area of expertise. In fact, that's like the opposite. What's the opposite of not being an expert in something? That's what Joe Rogan is when it comes to plant-based diets. Race, I think I made up Bro Rogan. Or did I say Joe Brogan one time? I can't remember. These are silly things, like I said. Anyway, we'll give Race Lever credit on that one. We'll just be cool here today to him. Well, Katakis, why did I ask about Dr. Greger's veganism? It's because in that debate with Kevin Bass, I knew Kevin was going to like try to... on Twitter, he represents Dr. Greger as like the spokesperson for vegan nutrition. I go, well... Says who? According to you? And first of all, I wasn't even certain if Dr. Greger was vegan. I know he puts a lot of information that us vegans watch, but I don't remember ever hearing him say, hey, I'm vegan for the animals, or, anything like that. I never heard him say that he was vegan. I've never heard him say that. Other of you guys said you have heard him say that. But not everyone has heard that. So I wasn't sure if he was vegan. I was just trying to figure out if Greger even considers himself vegan. Not that I'm trying to be the vegan police. I just wanted to know that fact. What does he say in his mind, and how does he communicate that to the public? Because I have his book here, How Not to Diet, and it's huge, like 1,000 pages or so, and he never once says that he's vegan. He never even recommends a vegan diet. If you look in the index for the word vegan, it's only mentioned like 7 times in the book. And never in conjunction with animal issues or anything like that. So that's why I was asking. I don't know if he needs to say it or not. I'm just kind of curious. I'm not passing judgment on Dr. Greger. I'm just saying if Kevin Bass was trying to put Dr. Greger out there as the spokesperson for veganism, you would think that person should at least be a known vegan. That's all I'm saying. I'm not passing judgment on Dr. Greger if he's vegan or not, or I'm not saying he needs to communicate that to us. It's his own business. I respect that. Totally cool. No problem with Dr. Greger. I'm just saying if Bass is trying to say Greger is like some kind of spokesperson for veganism, which he's not, he should be a known vegan. It's not too hard to know that, say, Earthling Ed's a vegan, or I'm a vegan, or Mike the Vegan is a vegan, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Moby is a vegan. Joaquin Phoenix is a vegan. Dr. Garth Davis is a vegan. If you're going to put someone out there as a spokesperson of vegan, it should not be questioned or wondered if they're vegan or not. That's all I'm saying. That's just a minor quibble I had there. Race Liver is a spokesperson for vegan. I didn't mention you, Race Liver. I should have told Kevin. Screw Dr. Michael Greger as being the spokesperson for vegan. Race Lever, he's a moderator on our channel. He is the spokesperson for vegan. Let's see. I see people talking about calorie deficit and it will go down. I assume you're talking about weight. Yeah, try more exercise. Good point there, because calorie deficit, a lot of people think necessitates, meaning eating less food, like starving yourself to get in a calorie deficit. And that's one way, and that's not a way I would recommend as far as if you're trying to get a calorie deficit. One way is to just increase your exercise level. So whatever you're doing now, say you're exercising like half an hour a day or not at all, then start exercising half an hour a day. If you're only doing 30 minutes a day, bump it up to 45, 60 minutes a day, or increase the intensity of the exercise. Just basically maybe I use my watch. Every time I play basketball, lift weights, ride the bike, indoor, outdoor, I keep track of everything. One of the things is how many calories consumed. It's kind of cool to see, like over the months or weeks, what I'm doing. And you can see that you can get in a caloric deficit just by exercising more, not starving yourself in the slightest bit. You might even be needing to eat a little bit more to compensate for the extra exercise, but still you're working more calories off through that exercise. So yeah, I just want to emphasize caloric deficit need not mean starve yourself. It just can mean, up the amount of activity. What is that, bro scientist? Well, you and Race are really going off on the weird statements. What's that, Race? Race, thanks for backing up my spokesperson position, Ryan. You're always at your most wise when you agree with me, and it makes your hair look great. Oh, man. How can you guys make it sound like I care so much about my hair? I just, whatever. Okay, Nadia, a lot of ongoing problems, so exercise is a bit of a problem for you. I understand, yeah, some people, it's harder for them to exercise. I understand completely. My mom, just, she's still recovering from surgery she had about a month ago. I get that. So yeah, whatever you can do, just do it. Like, if, like, say your mobility is limited, you have some injuries, you could maybe do an indoor bike of some kind. I have one here. I love it, so that way I don't have to, like, put on all my cycling clothes and ride around in the heat or the cold. Just go in the back room here, ride the little exercise bike for, like, X amount of minutes, burn X amount or Y amount of calories. So whatever you can do. Maybe that's too much. Maybe like walking. Maybe if you have to use a walker to walk around, as my mom needs to use right now. Instead of walking just like, to the mailbox and back, maybe walk up to the neighbor's house and back or something like that. Just try to get a little more activity as your body adapts. You can probably do a little bit more as a little more time goes on. But I tell my mom, just go slowly. Don't overdo it right now. So yeah, just consider not all exercise need to be intense, hardcore, sweaty stuff. Sometimes it just means walking to the mailbox or something like that. Walt, you want to eat more tofu? It's never a bad thing to eat too much tofu. Let's see, Jess says Dr. Greger wrote and signed a book promotion about a book on the ethics of veganism. See, I was not aware of that. So yeah, I don't proclaim to be like this man that knows or person that knows everything about every vegan out there in the public eye. That's why I was asking you guys to help me with that question. Yeah, I'm with you guys. Kyle and Graven Babies. Yeah, tofu is delicious. Don't be afraid of tofu. I feel kind of bad. I went for a few years as a vegan and didn't have any tofu. And once I started having tofu again, like, why did I stop eating tofu for? That was like stupid. Yeah, Uncle Walt, a recumbent trike, or yeah, something like that. Whatever, yeah, there's whatever like ailment you have or issues you have physically. There's got to be some way to exercise still. If you can't ride an upright bike, yeah, there's other forms of pedaling that don't involve being upright. Like I said, you can just, if you can't run, maybe walk. If you can't walk with a cane or a walker. Just find some way to move and move a little bit more. Rabbit Creative about tofu. Just make sure you're not eating GMO tofu if you want to avoid that. And I'm not into eating all that Monsanto bit. From what I've understood though, like you can't get, if anything says organic, automatically doesn't have the Monsanto stuff going on. But if I tell me if I'm wrong, guys. I haven't totally verified this, but I've read some information saying if if you're eating human grade tofu, it's automatically not the Monsanto stuff. The Monsanto tofu is what they use to feed the cattle. Let me know if that's right or wrong or not. So anyway, but just one way to just not worry about, like I said, just find organic tofu. Let's see. Let's see if you guys have any answers there for me, or for us, because we're all here to share and learn. But just because you heard something here, don't take it as gospel. Just go and Google it, see if, make sure it's true. Chris does stuff and things. What kind of stuff and things do you do, Chris? Got the okay from your doctor to go back to being plant-based diet-wise. Curious, Chris, why did your doctor... Sounds like from that we can infer that your doctor at one point in the past said not to be plant-based anymore diet-wise. Curious why your doctor, he or she, wanted you to not be plant-based, and what has changed since then that you've gotten the thumbs up. So let me know. I'm curious. Wow, Peter, I didn't you guys are having an election there in Canada. And how is the what's the power of the Animal Protection Party? Do they have any chance of winning, like, any races, like, local, more national? Let me know. I'm just kind of curious. Does Dr. Greger promote honey? See, that's what I'm wondering. Yeah, I don't understand or know all of Dr. Greger's positions. Yeah, Jess, anyone else let me know. Does Dr. Greger say, yeah, honey is cool? Just curious. Because that's something, again, a typical, spokesperson for veganism wouldn't be putting out that kind of messaging there. That's why I'm hesitant to say, yeah, Dr. Greger, ethical vegan for sure. I really don't know. Again, I'm sure a lot of you guys know more than I do about this, and I'm just trying to learn more. They have never gained any seats. I'm sorry to hear that, Peter. Yeah, party building is rough. It could take decades. It could take a century, so just support them, and that's all you can do. Let's see, Chris does stuff. So your doctor is too old school. Feels diet should be balanced. You can have a balanced plant-based diet, or you can have a very unbalanced plant-based diet too. There's nothing unbalanced about having a great diverse array of plants and not having a dead carcass bit on there. What else did your doctors say there? I'm curious. But the new physician's assistant said if you are mindful, a plant-based diet is best. You should show your doctor the position statement of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, where they say an appropriately planned vegan diet is nutritionally adequate for all people. So yeah, they're saying what they're essentially saying is eating a balanced plant-based diet. That's nutritionally adequate. Let's see, Peter. So Dr. Greger only recommends dates as a sweet. Okay, so he doesn't promote honey. See, that's what I'm saying. I hear so much stuff about Dr. Greger. He said this. No, he said this other thing. I'm not sure, what his true position is. So that's why I was kind of dubious when Kevin was trying to put him out there as a spokesperson of veganism. But yeah, no, I'm not dissing Dr. Greger at all. I quote him, in my videos from time to time. And I don't feel like I'm doing something shady or pseudoscientific when I do that. Michael Jackson, vibration power plate for exercise. I have no idea what that is. Favorite animal rights activist of all time? I'm gonna say Joaquin Phoenix. When he won his Oscar, he said, screw my acceptance speech. I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about, animal cruelty. And after that, he got in his car, I assume. Somehow he got down, left Hollywood, drove down to South Los Angeles. It's Sunday night. That's when the Oscars happened. And he drove to South LA, where every Sunday evening, a group of animal activists meet in front of the Farmer John pig slaughterhouse factory. And he went there, as he often does. And he said, all right, Sunday I'm going to go hang out with my animal activist friends there too. So I give him big kudos for that. It was a big night for him. He didn't make it about himself. He made it about saving the animals, raising awareness on a platform where, people in every country could hear him talk. And then walked his walk and left and went and hung out with animal activists on the night that they meet anyway, on Sunday. So I'll say Joaquin Phoenix right now. Yeah, good point, Peter. Chips and beer are vegan. If that's all you ate, it wouldn't be balanced. So yeah, Chris's doctor's right. Just eating any old plant-based diet ain't necessarily good. But that's true with the non-plant-based diet, right? I mean, who's to say if you're not vegan, if you're just a normal standard American dieter, that you're eating a balanced, healthy diet? Odds are you're probably not. Yep, yeah, that speech pissed off the dairy farmers. Yeah, they reacted. I think I made a video about their bullcrap reaction to Joaquin Phoenix. Yeah, I remember that now. Like, it's like, so you just let him have one night, and then you guys, can't handle that. The dairy farmers, they have to make their stupid misinformation response about it. I forgot what they were saying now. It's been a couple years. I should go back and watch my video about that. Travis, yeah, I've been kind of reading up on the news, what's going on in Afghanistan. I don't think I saw that the advisors to our government knew Afghanistan would fall, but they thought it would fall in like a matter of months, many months, not like a couple hours. So that's caught everyone off surprise, and that's why it's such a huge mess right now. So I don't know too much about it, but it seems like it needed to be done. I mean, I forgot how many, over $1 trillion were spent there over the years. I mean, think about it, $1 trillion. I've seen figures that say we could end all homelessness in the United States for a fraction of that. So we could have like 0 homeless people in the United States, right? I'm just saying all this money went there, and for what? It's just fallen apart immediately anyway. So it needed to be, the exit needed to happen. This is my opinion. I'm not speaking like I'm an expert or anything. I just feel it needed to happen. I don't know why they're spending $1 trillion, and our country's falling apart. And but that said, the exit probably could have been planned a little better. I'm not a military planning expert or anything like that. It's definitely not my strong suit, but it just seems like, from me, a lay person, that they could have made the exit a little more coordinated and not be in such a mess that it is right now. But anyway, I'm with you, Catechist. In fact, our first president, George Washington, said something to the same effect. Don't get in the affairs of other countries, or else you'll see, it's going to be a pain. It's going to be a mess. I just can't imagine if we had spent that $1 trillion here on people, not on corporations and crap like that, but to help actual people, education, lowering the cost of education, homelessness, would be pretty good. But instead we spent it in a country that didn't, why? For what purpose? Sometimes our country's foreign policy is quite puzzling, and maybe just serves to make more wealthy the military industrial complex that takes up so much of our money here, our budget, our national budget. Some infrastructure would be good. I forgot what percentage of bridges in the United States are in need of like some major attention, but no, we spent $1 trillion somewhere else, and it's all for naught. Jordan, what time is it in Australia? It is 4:08 here in California right now. So it's really early for you guys out there on the other side of the Australia, Asia side of the world. Yeah, it's a weird time. I usually don't come on right now. I just thought I'd come on if anyone had any questions about the debate from Wednesday with Kevin Bass or anything. I just wanted to be here and talk about it. Plus, I didn't want to wait till Friday to do my next live stream. I like doing live streams. Wow, Peter, are you serious? I didn't hear about that. Dr. Greger's next book is How Not to Age. I mean, I'm sure he's joking a little bit because, yeah, no diet like halts aging, but, some different lifestyles can accelerate or slow down that process. That's ironic, Chris. You live in the steel city, and all the steel is like falling apart on your bridges. That's what I'm saying. The trillion, I think it's 1.5 trillion. Like I'm just ignoring the 0.5 trillion dollars there when I say $1 trillion. I mean, think about how much good that could have done for the United States if it were actually spent here on people and infrastructure. Yeah, I'm with you, Graven. Now is not a good time to go to the hospital. I'm just so thankful my mom got her surgery done last month when things were like, still, pretty cool, so because if it were happening now, they would have postponed it again. She was supposed to get it done last year and they put off, non-essential surgery. Essential, she has heart disease. She needed to get this worked on, I don't know who determines this stuff. So anyway, I'm glad she got it and she's recovering. And but yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, Graven. Let's see, Ray. So you think if you're a level 9099 vegan and above, that reverses aging and cultivates immortality. He let out a secret there. I don't like to talk about this too much because I don't want people to think of us as woo-woo. But yeah, once you hit level 9099 vegan or above that, yeah, as soon as you hit that level, you have gained immortality, basically. So just got to get that out there, guys. I'm just joking. If in case Kevin Bassern and watching, I'm just BSing here, having some fun. Could also make a video. Look at Ryan's here selling immortality as a vegan. Such pseudoscience. You're like, no, I'm having fun. I'm having a little sense of humor here. Is that what Kevin sounds like? I don't think he sounds like that. Here's level 666 vegan. Well, you got another 9,333 levels to go if my math is right there, Graven. You'll get there one day. What's that, Dorkastag? A vegan diet is as risky as carnivore? What are you talking about? How is a vegan diet as risky as carnivore? You're saying just because they haven't looked at people like one generation, they had kids, and then next generation, somehow because that research is lacking, and I'm not sure it is. Are you sure? Did you do a review of the literature? But you're saying, let's just go with that. Let's say they don't have research on that. Because of that, a vegan diet is risky? Risky in what sense? Because there's enough scientific studies, enough evidence to determine already that vegan diets are nutritionally adequate for all people in all stages of life. They help reduce your risk of getting or dying of the most common forms of death. So if that's all a healthy plant-based diet could do, is help reduce your chances of getting and or dying of the most common forms of death, already it's not a risky diet because your chances of dying of heart attack, stroke, most common forms of cancer are diminished. So how is that a risk to eat a diet that science has shown to actually reduce the ways that most people die? How is that a risky diet? I'm just kind of curious there. No, I told you. Let's just say there's no generational studies. I really don't know. I'm not sure if you know, but let's just say there's not. I'll give you that for argument's sake here. How is eating a diet that science has shown to reduce your risk of not just some weird disease. We're talking about the most common forms of death: heart disease, diabetes, stroke, common forms of cancer. Reducing your risk for the most common ways of dying. How is that a risky diet? Just kind of curious. It doesn't make any sense how you're saying a diet that's been shown to decrease your chance of dying the most common forms of death is risky. I would say the other way. I would argue it's risky to not eat a plant-based diet, because if not, your risk of dying of the most common ways that most people die here increases. It just seems completely backwards. Yeah, Travis, eating bananas like I do. I'm rolling the dice there. That's some risky stuff, huh? Well, yeah, we already do know what veganism will do to our bodies long term. It reduces your risk of dying of the most common forms of death. It reduces your chance of actually getting sick from those diseases, let alone dying from them. So we know that. That's what happens long term. Vegans, there's been tons of studies on this too. If you look at the Adventist health studies, the longevity of the vegans, and these are people you could say are kind of like generational vegans. They have a history. It goes back like 100 years of eating fewer animal products than the average Americans in the population. So they have clearly defined groups of vegan, vegetarian, and meat eaters. And someone here that knows the science better than me, please correct me if I'm wrong. But I distinctly remember making several videos, some based on Dr. Greger's covering of the Adventist health studies, that the vegan, the ones who have eliminated meat from their diet, the vegan Seventh-day Adventists, have the longest life expectancies of anyone in their studies, longer than the vegetarians, longer than the meat eaters. And their life expectancies, I remember right, are 10 years longer than the average Americans. So there's some good evidence right there that veganism is good for long life, that those who went meatless have the longest diets in their cohort, the Seventh-day Adventists, and 10 years of additional life compared to an average American. So again, how is it risky? How you said that there's no long-term, you don't know the long-term effects? Yeah, that's one long-term effect, is that you have a longer, healthier life. Again, I'm not making this crap up. Okay, so Dorcas Stag's argument against veganism is that many people, for example, develop dental caries. You're talking about cavities? Many non-vegans develop cavities too. In fact, I just went to the dentist a couple months ago, and there were people there, and guess what? They weren't vegan. They were getting cavity work done. So yeah, vegans can get cavities just like non-vegans can get cavities. Vegans can get into car accidents. Vegans can fall off their bikes and need to get a back or shoulder surgery or whatever. Or a collarbone breaking. It happens to normal. These vegans are just regular people. Anything that happens to a normal person, such as vegan can have a heart attack, but your chances are much lower. But yeah, cavities, don't blame that on veganism. The next generations of vegans toothless? What are you talking about? Where's your evidence that vegans over time become toothless? Look at me here. 11 years vegan. I think I have probably as many teeth as anyone my age, teeth on average as people my age do, maybe more. I mean, what is your evidence that vegans are toothless? Are you trolling us? What do you guys think? Is he trolling us here? That vegans are at higher risk of getting more cavities? I have to say, as a vegan, I have no more or fewer cavities when I go to the dentist than I did before. It has to do with how well you brush your teeth, how well you floss, how well you get rid of crap that's stuck in between the teeth. Just your oral hygiene. You could, and a lot of it is genetics too, how lucky you are as far as like gaps between teeth, jaw structure. So anyway, again, I'm not a dentist. I just learned from my dentist about these things. Yeah, Kyle, I agree with you, Kyle. I didn't see Zoe's comment, but I agree with you, Kyle, 100%. Just because you're vegan doesn't mean you're protected from dental issues. And again, I'm not trying to bag on any macronutrient here, but this is a known fact that the bacteria in your mouth, they feast on leftover food, particularly ones that are high in carbohydrate content. So that may be even more reason to go to the dentist if you're a vegan. No, there's nothing like protective about being vegan or eating all plants and protection against cavities or tooth decay or anything like that. So Zoe, you've heard wrong. Whoever told you this was, I don't know where they got their information, but no, nothing I've ever seen, nothing I've ever read, nothing in my personal experience has shown that being vegan somehow protects you from dentistry issues. So no, go to the dentist, or else I tell you, unless you're really lucky, you're going to have regrets one day when you figure out you have a bunch of dental work that needs to be done. I mean, go to the dentist, go regularly, what you should be doing as if you were a non-vegan, just have regular dental visits. Yeah, Zoe. Yeah, I know. It's really expensive. In fact, I pay out of the pocket for my dentist. My insurance will cover dentists. I've never been satisfied with them. I really like the dentist I found before I got this insurance I have. It's one that specializes in a more holistic approach to dentistry. They don't use any mercury. In fact, this is the dentist that removed my mercury fillings about 8-10 years ago or whatever. So I just keep paying out of pocket for them. They're kind of a boutique dentistry, I guess. They cost a little bit more, but it's worth it because I have things I need to keep on top of as far as making sure my gum pockets are in check. Before I went vegan, I had some receding pockets. What's it called? Just gingivitis, I think it's called. Anyway, I have to stay on top of that, and I just have really good care there. And for me, it's worth it. Yeah, Graven. Yeah, brush your teeth many times daily. I brush my teeth at least 3 odd times a day. I floss with regular dental floss, vegan. At night, I use an oral irrigator pretty much every day. And lately, my dentists and oral hygienists have got me on these little picks. They look like toothpicks, but they look like a dish cleaning brush, but shrunken down. There's foam at the end. Anyway, I use that because a lot of food gets trapped in the gaps between my teeth. I'm very unfortunate that I have nice big gaps between my teeth. So food gets stuck in there all the time, and it starts decaying and causing trouble. It has nothing to do with being vegan. That's how I got my last few cavities. There were certain gaps that I know always get food stuck in them, and I wasn't good about using these pick brush things. So now that I'm using them all the time, I'm going to the dentist. Actually, next week, the oral hygienist and the dentist, I'm going to have them, give me feedback to see if my new using the pick brushes more regularly has helped out. Let's see, Race Lover. Trolls help us answer common stupid questions since that's all they ask. But when they lie too much to support animal abuse, they need to push back. Yeah, I agree with what you're saying there, Race. Ilani, yeah, your gum and tooth health can improve. I mean, mine's been pretty good since being vegan. It's been pretty steady. It was a little bit worse before, but I know I'm not impervious. Food still gets trapped in my gaps in my teeth. It can sit there for a few days, cause some decay issues. So yeah, I mean, I've had cavities as a vegan. I got one filled earlier this year. So, but again, it's not like I have more cavities now as a vegan than before I went vegan. Jess, you know what picks I'm talking about? They're different colored ones. They depend and they relate to what the diameter sizes of the brush. I have different colored ones for different. Not all my gaps are the same width, so I need different size brushes to really get in there. Matt, what are you talking about? Enjoying a 21-month subscription to the NWO? What are you talking about? Are you serious, bro? Or are you just joking there that Dr. Baker was hospitalized? I think that's a joke there. Let's see. George Marino said your cavity stopped when you went vegan. No issues for 7 years. Cool. Just letting you guys know. That's awesome, George. But yeah, don't bank on that. Stay on top of your dental work. Go to the dentist, brush your teeth, floss, all that stuff. That's cool, George. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, some people, when they go vegan, their dental stuff works out better. Mine stayed the same, probably because I went vegan so late in life. I already had, I was already in my 40s. I already had developed enough issues, decades of not taking great care of my teeth, and that's that. Hey, Nagiv Athlete, is that my buddy there in Arizona? How's it going? Yeah, we've talked about, Peter, dried fruit. I don't eat dried fruit because my oral hygienist advised me against it because it's particularly sticky and gets in those gaps between my teeth and gums, stays there and provides a smorgasbord feast for bacteria that cause tooth decay. So yeah, I avoid dried fruit because of that very reason. Yeah, did you get a new job or something out there? It sounds like you're doing good and happy in life right now. So that's cool. I'm very happy for you. Dorcastag, just because you had 12 cavities as a vegan, that doesn't take away from, was it George there that had no cavities in 7 years and their health improved? So yeah, race, mute that person. Again, just because it happened to you doesn't mean it happens to, it's like, it doesn't mean it's the norm, it's regular. It could have been something weird you were doing. I saw that, like, the guy that started Woodstock Fruit Festival, Michael Arnstein, he said when he went raw vegan, when he went back to the dentist, he had like 12 cavities like that, because he's eating a bunch of fruit and not taking good care of his health. And he's older, like not as old as me, but he probably had some issues built up over time where, I'm not a dentist, I don't want to speculate. I'm just saying it can happen. It can happen. It has nothing to do with being vegan. It depends on what your dental structure is already at that moment, and what your hygiene is like, your oral hygiene. Yeah, you could have been working on those cavities for many years. If not the cavities, you could have been just things were changing in your mouth to allow cavities to more easily develop. Like for me, with the gaps between my teeth, trapping food, allowing cavities to develop easier. Yeah, Race, if we need to ban that guy, please do. Thank you. He wasn't contributing anymore. Oh, wow. Chris, you're a dental assistant. Cool. Yeah. People should be concerned about, sugar, because that's the carbohydrates. That's what the bacteria feast on. But yeah, it can be managed. Just don't like eat a bunch of sugary stuff and just walk away and never brush your teeth or anything like that. Do something about it. Clean your teeth, brush your teeth, floss. There's things you can do. Ooh, yeah, water, JL. Yeah, I've heard that too, that not drinking water can be bad for your oral health. Yeah, and Graven babies, yeah, genetics play a role. That's kind of what I was alluding to, like structures in your teeth. Our dentist, like, he's a really cool dentist. He knows a lot of stuff that regular dentists don't do. When you first meet with him, he'll make a model of your mouth to look at how your teeth lay, your jaw structure, and he shows you like things that are unique or features of your mouth that that work in your favor or not in your favor. Angie's really lucky. The way her jaw structure is, she doesn't have like to worry about like whatever. She doesn't have to worry about most of the stuff that I have to worry about. But I have unfavorable genetics that make it more conducive for cavities and tooth decay or gum receding, stuff like that. So I have to work harder. She always says, "Wow, your teeth look so good. It's so crazy how you have more issues." I said it's structural stuff. It's genetic stuff. It has nothing to do with beautiful appearance or anything like that. But yeah, let's talk about vegan stuff. Yeah, enough of dental stuff. But I just want to emphasize, yeah, if you're vegan, it doesn't necessarily mean you get some kind of free pass on great oral health for the rest of your life. It depends, I think, more so from what I've learned on the features that I've just been talking about, genetic features, the behaviors you have as far as oral hygiene practices, and age too. So anyway, let's move on to stuff I think we talked about. But yeah, veganism doesn't mean don't go to the dentist. It means still go to the dentist. Hey, Sarah Smith, what's up? How's it going? Yeah, Peter, that's probably why a lot of these raw vegans get 12 cavities. Yeah, you heard a raw vegan say, and fill in the blank there. It's going to be something pretty extreme. Heard a raw vegan say, we don't need to brush our teeth because apes don't brush. Well, here's the thing. Ancient man and women didn't brush their teeth either, but they didn't live to be like 70, 80 years old. Your teeth can probably last pretty good without doing crap, for a few decades, and which is the average lifespan for most people. So what if like ancient man didn't brush their teeth? They weren't trying to live to be 80, 90 years old. That was just not possible back then. So yeah, we got to do extra things that ancient humans didn't have to do in the wild because of different lifestyles that we have. No, Matt, sorry, you don't become immortal once you go vegan. But we did talk about this. Did you join? Because Race Lever shared a well-kept secret that I don't like to disclose much on this channel. But once you hit level 9,999 vegan, you will have then achieved whatever, mortality. So you have to work your way up to level 9,999. Uncle Walt, you ever smell an ape's breath? No, I haven't. I bet that's not pleasant either. But yeah, I thought animals, they can get cavities and stuff too, right? So yeah, the thing is, you don't want to fuck up your teeth, guys. You don't want to get root canals. You don't want to get teeth extracted. We've had crap like that, and it sucks. And that can happen to raw people too. I'm sorry. Just because apes don't brush their teeth doesn't mean that if you're eating an ape-like diet that you will never have to get a cavity filled, that you'll never need a root canal, that you'll never need to get a tooth extracted. That's just complete nonsense. If any raw vegan or anyone, any diet tells you that, they're just lying. Yeah, Travis, I did drop a tiny light F-bomb there. Yeah, I'm sorry. Let's see, Nadia, is that true? Archimedes died in his 80s in ancient Greece? I didn't think they lived that long back then. Anyway, still, my point is, I was talking about true ancient man, not people from 2,500 years ago. I was talking about people like 10,000, 100, early Homo sapiens. I don't think they lived to where we live now, and we have something called civilization. Mike says ancient hominid remains have tons of cavities. There you go. So for the Buterin thinks that ancient man didn't brush their teeth, they didn't need to, well, they found cavities in them as well. So yep, Travis, that's animals. Alcohol and drug use vegan? I don't know. Depends what you're drinking, man. If you're drinking beer, it's probably vegan. If you're drinking wine, check on barnivore.com. Yeah, good point, Noe. There's technique as far as brushing your teeth. I thought we were leaving that, but yeah, brushing hard can cause problems too. You want to find the right brush. What's that called? How flexible or soft or hard it is, and use the right kind of force. Graven, yeah, we haven't had pizza for a while. I think on the last live stream we didn't get a pizza because it was the debate. The one before that, I don't think we got a pizza either because we were going to the Angels game, the Los Angeles Angels. So it's been a while since we had a pizza. So yeah, I'm taking donations if you guys want to help us tonight. I think we're just going to go try to get some burritos at Pancho's Vegan Tacos, a relatively new vegan restaurant that opened up here a few months ago. They have a really good burrito there. What I like about them, burritos, can sometimes be really pricey, like vegan burritos, but this is a really good one, like maybe $6-7 rather than like $12 burritos, so I think we're going to have some of that. If anyone wants to leave any super chat tips there, let's see how we're doing on it. I think we're pretty close to the burrito fund for tonight, but if you want to do that, that would be awesome, guys. Actually, I can look here. Let me see. My Streamlabs dashboard. Streamlabs is the software we use to broadcast these live streams, to send them over to YouTube. Yeah, we're knocking on burrito territory here. So anyway, maybe go back to the live stream. Let's see. That's funny, Race. Now, if Dr. Clapper can tell people to never drink alcohol, and he's not the boss or anything. There's nothing. Here's the thing: how does drinking, like say, a wine or beer that was produced in a way that no harm to any animals was caused, how's that not vegan? Because again, Dr. Clapper, I think he's more of the health vegans, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. I think he's more of those people that are concerned about like super health or optimal health or something like that. Less, than he's like concerned about animal, cruelty. So anyway, And I'm saying there's nothing inherently not vegan about drinking alcohol. And so for that being said, yeah, me personally, I don't advise going out and becoming an alcoholic or anything like that. Have it, not that often, like for us, it's like special occasions, even though during our anniversary, I did for the first time, probably the whole time I've been vegan, I think I had alcohol 3 days in a row. Mind you, it was really small amounts of alcohol, but I did have alcohol 3 days in a row this week during our anniversary. I never got drunk or anything like that. One night, when we were at a restaurant at the Disneyland Hotel, the Trader Sam's, it's like a tropical place. Anyway, I didn't even notice the alcohol. It tasted more like coconut. It was like an alcoholic Dole Whip, basically, with rum. I didn't even taste the rum. I think they purposely make them really weak there, so I don't even know if I should count that night. But yeah, Zoe, we had a little bit of alcohol for 3 nights in a row. Last night we opened up this small little bottle, petite bottle of wine that we got from our wine tasting trip from a few months ago. Hope you guys remember that video. And we bought this little 4-pack of like this champagne that was flavored with almonds. It tastes delicious, and we hadn't opened any up, and that was like 3 months ago, I think. It was like or June. You could do the math. Anyway, I finally had one last night on our porch. It was delicious. Shared it with Angie. Enjoyed it with some slices of that vegan banana bread from Trader Joe's. It was fun. But again, we split a little bottle on the two of us. It didn't really I didn't feel anything. I don't want to. I don't want to get drunk when I drink alcohol. That's what I was telling Angie. I think that's like for me an unfortunate side effect. I wish it didn't produce those mental effects. I just want to enjoy the taste, enjoy the flavors, and enjoy a nice moment in life, and that's it. It's unfortunate. It has to cause you to get drunk if you have too much. So anyway, no, I don't. I got a buzz the first day when we went to Gracias Madre in Newport Beach, but that was the first day. Our anniversary was Friday, so we did that on Thursday. Friday was Disneyland. Didn't get a buzz whatsoever. Last night on my porch with the almond champagne, didn't feel anything either. But yeah, we had fun. We went out. We did. Yeah, we had several meals, like 3 meals over the course, meals out over the course of our anniversary. So we're thinking about, though, instead of celebrating our wedding anniversary in the middle of summer when it's crazy and crowded and hot, we're thinking about celebrating from henceforth our dating anniversary, which is in winter time. It's less crazy, not as crowded, not as many people vacationing, and just doing that and kind of forgetting about our anniversary, sort of like tell each other happy anniversary, buy each other little gifts and stuff, but go out and celebrate on our dating anniversary, because for that I think our dating anniversary is like more meaningful. It's when we first met, first date, and it's a really big thing. The wedding was something that was planned. It wasn't spontaneous or magical in that sense. It's something that we spent months planning. It was a lot of effort and all that stuff, So that's what we're thinking about doing. Let us know if you think we're crazy, but that's what I think we might do from here on out, because it's just so hard to go out in August and battle all the tourists wherever we go. I'd rather just celebrate it in wintertime. Relive our first date. Yeah, we did for a few times, but the vegan restaurant, that was where we went to a vegan restaurant on our first date, an Asian vegan restaurant. It's gone, so we can't really relive our first date, unfortunately. Strangely, though, they reopened up a different kind of version, a smaller one in a different city, so I guess we could always go there. It's not quite the same, but yeah, we can't relive our first date, unfortunately. It's just not possible. No, good for you, Pumpkin. Went vegan. Yeah, this is our 16th wedding anniversary. But if you count our entire dating, you have to add another like 5 years on top of that. But congratulations. Yeah, 11 years. Yeah, that's amazing. I'm glad you're still together. It's work. It's effort to try to have a good, lasting, and healthy relationship. Work hard at it, guys. Don't take anything for granted. Don't take your partner for granted. That's all I'll say about that. Graven, married 20 years. Wow, congrats there. Yeah, I guess that's kind of like me and Angie if we had gotten married like after our first year. So yeah, I can relate to being together a long time like that. Was our wedding vegan? No, but we had vegan options at our wedding. I can't actually remember. It was before or at least plant-based, because Angie's a vegetarian, so we had to have something available there. It was 5 years before I went vegan, so I know we had options for like Angie, so I must have had that too. I actually don't remember. I hardly remember anything about our wedding reception. It just went by so quickly. It wasn't one of those big ones that last like 5-6 hours. It was like maybe an hour and a half or two, and bam, it was over. It was just like, wow, hey, it's done right now. It's like, really? Okay, all right, cool. No, our relationship is not effortless. Produce Not Pills. No, far from it. No, it's work, and it's a good kind of work. I mean, you just, if anyone thinks that you just can like marry someone or date someone and just put it on cruise control and it's gonna end up being perfectly fine, it doesn't work like that. Maybe it does once in a million times, but that's typically not how it works out. Oh, Loving Hut. Yeah, there was a Loving Hut restaurant on our way to Disneyland the other night on our anniversary. We've never been to that one, but we've been to a few Loving Huts in the past, and it's been a really long time. I don't think we've been to one since we started our channel, possibly. It's been a while. Let's see, is Race Lever making like a... So I'm starting a relationship here with Zoe tonight in our live stream. What am I witnessing? I'm not sure. Maybe I'm misunderstanding what I'm reading here in the chat. But is there like a spark happening here right now? Let me know, guys. Yeah, this whole Supreme Master thing about that Loving Hut restaurant is kind of trippy. I kind of trip out on cults. I'm not afraid of them, but I just kind of trip out on cults a little bit. So. That wouldn't prevent me from going there. Just at least out here, there's just so many better restaurants. I mean, the Loving Huts were cool, like before the explosion of vegan restaurants out here. They're like one of the few ones you could find. Now it's like, why go to a Loving Hut for? Oh, bro, scientist, where do you get these crazy questions from? Let's see. How are we doing on time here? I want to make sure I don't go too long. I want to make sure the burrito store closes. Pancho's Vegan Tacos. They're not open that late, so I want to make sure we're good. All right. So anyway, what are you guys talking about right now? Disneyland in the winter. Yeah, I like Disneyland. I like anywhere in the off season. I just don't like going places where they're crowded and I have to battle a bunch of people to do what I want to do. If I want to go somewhere, I don't need a giant crowd to be there. In fact, we try to go places when they're not crowded. Okay, Race, I see what you're doing there. A vegan harem. Okay. All right. Yeah, we did have a vegan cake at our wedding, Jill. I remember that now. Thanks for bringing that up. Yeah, one of our friends is or was I think she specializes as a pastry chef, at least back then. I don't know what she's doing now in 2021. And she made us a delicious vegan cake for our wedding. So yeah, we did have that for sure. I remember that now. As far as whatever the food was, I actually don't remember anymore. But we did have the vegan cake. I'm sure we had plant-based stuff, or else Angie would have been totally screwed. Let's see. All right. Any questions before I go? I'm actually getting pretty hungry thinking about vegan burritos and stuff like that. That's a good point, Francisco. Dismissing veganism, because this is what Kevin Bass is trying to do. We got a super chat tip here, Jessica.
Yeah, tacos. Happy dance.
Oh, thank you, Jessica. Yeah, we're gonna get burritos probably there, but we will. Thank you. Whoa, produce on pills. Oh my god, dang.
Happy
Thanks so
anniversary.
much.
Go get some damn burritos.
We're gonna get some damn burritos for sure. We'll order them on the app and go get them damn burritos. So thanks so much, Jessica and Produce Not Pills. Much appreciated. You totally got us into the burrito fund. It's funded and then some. It's funded for like 3 trips probably there, or 4. So thanks so much, guys. That's really cool of you. Appreciate it. We're gonna get some damn burritos. Yeah, the tacos are cool, but I'm just kind of a burrito guy. This is more like big and filling. That's how I am. I like to eat. I like to pound it down. But what was that thing I was reading right there before the chats came in there? Something like saying dismissing veganism because you don't like the China study. Like it's just not. It's improper reasoning. There's no logic to it. Like I said, the China study could be riddled beyond just crazy bad. Let's just say it is. It doesn't mean that veganism is somehow like debunked or something. The veganism does not depend on the China study. So yeah, thanks. I think that was George that left that comment there. Let's see, Blacklist. You're sharing this with all. Let me share this information. FYI, the taco mix by Taco Bell is completely plant-based. You just ordered some. You add it to your tofu for your meat. Taco Bell taste. I gotta try that out. Kyle wants to know if I'm familiar with Dr. Avi's position on GMO and organic foods. I think I've heard the gist of what he's saying there, and I don't know the fine details of it. I thought he was arguing for like non-organic foods. I don't know if he's speaking categorically. I'm just going to respond to just the little bit I know. I'm not sure if he's speaking about all organic foods being somehow worse for the world or something like that, or more cruelty. But I mean, I grow food here all the time and it's organic. So I know organic food isn't necessarily... It doesn't necessitate harm or cruelty. I grow plants. I've been growing food for decades, and it's organic, and we don't kill animals. I'm not saying that's his position or anything like that. I'm just responding to the little bit I know, and I don't always choose the organic option when I buy food. Like I've said, my favorite bananas of all time, commercial Cavendish bananas are at Whole Foods, and it's not the organic ones. They have their in-house brands like Earth University or something like that. I forgot the name. Anyway, I prefer the conventional banana. It just seems to be a higher quality banana. It tastes better, it ripens nicer, and it just seems to be a better banana than their organic banana, which is a pretty good banana too. So anyway, yeah, that's all I'll say about that right now. I just try to pick my favorite, what I see as the best food. It's often organic, it's often not. It depends. Let's see, Produce on Pills. Did I ever go over the drama with Kevin on Twitter? I don't know if I caught it. I'll just make long story short. After the debate, he was accusing me of being deceitful or misrepresenting him. And, we got a super chat tip there. I'll continue on there. My interest in philosophy. Thanks, El Tigre. I'll answer that in a second. El Tigre. But yeah, saying I was misrepresenting him and did some kind of bait and switch. And my response is, look, how can I be misrepresenting someone and doing a so-called bait and switch when all we did was I put on the screen his actual tweets, verbatim, word for word, exactly what he said, and gave him an opportunity, ample opportunity to respond. To either say, hey, yes, I stand by these crazy anti-vegan tweets and here is why, or to like backpedal a little bit and say, nah, I overstated there and I shouldn't have said that. That's all we did. I didn't like trick him or anything like. How can you trick someone with their own words? See what I'm saying? How can you misrepresent someone if you're not paraphrasing them? Instead, you're showing exactly what they said. All I did in my mind, and you guys can let me know if I'm wrong here, is that I just made him accountable. I held Kevin accountable, made him responsible for his own words. What could be more honest than that? That's why I made my video about him a month or so ago, because I thought his words about veganism were just complete bogus, and I threw those words at him live. So if I'm misrepresenting someone, this just means they don't like what I was doing. I was making him responsible for his own words. That's it. So anyway, so he's slandering me. And he basically started blocking me and next Dr. Avi and then anyone related to us. He blocked anyone with like vegan in their name. He even made a tweet yesterday saying, if you are following Dr. Avi or Ask Yourself on Discord, you will be blocked in 24 hours unless you stop following them. He was coercing people to stop following Ask Yourself and Dr. Avi at the risk of getting banned by him. So he's just going nuts, I've never seen someone like react so I'm not trying to be judgmental, but just like spiral out of control over a discussion about their own words. So that's kind of the drama there. Why do we care what he thinks? Because he's saying complete nonsense about vegans, Matt the Vegan. It's what I do when I see people spout just complete nonsense, misinformation about vegans like Joe Rogan. I'll make a video. If I see a stupid article in the news that's saying veganism is horrible and bad and sucks, I'll make a video. And I saw this guy on Twitter, Kevin Bass, saying nonsense about vegans. And I responded. And at the end of my response video, I said, hey, if you want to talk about this in a debate, I invite you on. And surprisingly, he accepted it. He took me up on it. So that's why we're talking about him. And it was a rare opportunity for me to put their exact words in front of their eyeballs in real time and say, hey, look at what you just said here. Do you really believe this is true? Like, I think I still have this up on my screen here. Let me just grab one for you here. One of the comments, like say, let's see. Here, like this here. Let's talk about this. Like, that's what I did in the debate. I said, hey, Kevin, let's look at the second sentence here. The first one's crazy enough, but let's look at the second one. There is no strong evidence that elimination of meat prevents disease. Let's talk about that. And again, I showed his own words and from his own tweets. I didn't paraphrase. If I paraphrase, I could see an accusation of being dishonest or misrepresenting. Could possibly maybe be true, but if you're just looking at a person's own words, it's a strange accusation to make. So that's what I did. I just make people accountable for their own words. I would do that to Joe Rogan if he'd accept. I'm sure he never would, I had Kevin on, held him accountable to his own words, and he flipped out. Started banning everyone. Be forewarned, Uncle Walt. Yes, Ryan will fact check. And not only fact checked, I do a bunch of things. I fact check, and if there's facts to be checked, and in a statement like that, I'll fact check it, and I'll just run it. I'll shine some critical thinking light on it and see how it holds up with the light of critical thinking being shined upon it. See if it fares well or not, the original statements. Yeah, and AJ, that first statement too. The first statement there, the distinction between plant-based diets and veganism is dishonest. Like, no, there is a clear distinction between plant-based diets and veganism. If you don't allow for a distinction between someone who's plant-based and someone who's vegan, then crazy things would follow, such as, like I said, you would have examples of people who are vegan big game hunters because they were hunters and their doctor forced them to eat only plants, therefore vegan in Kevin's mind, yet they still love to hunt. They don't care about the animals. So that's why there is an enormous distinction between being plant-based and vegan. If you want to be precise about things, they're not synonymous. They don't mean the same thing. Even though vegans, by definition, eat a plant-based diet, but not just any old plant-based diet. Vegans eat a 100% plant-based diet. Or at least, plant diet, meaning you can eat a bunch of processed stuff. I don't know if that qualifies as plant-based. Oreos. Oh, no, we're not going to talk about that guy, Peter. That's even like way more off in left field than that guy. I'm not going to mention his name. Makes Kevin Bass sound very reasonable and logical and all that. Yeah, Simon, I'm with you. If he just would admit it after the fact or in the debate, like, yeah, he should have just done this. Here's what he should have done. He just should have looked at this, like, any of these claims here and said, yeah, I overstated this. There is a distinction between plant-based and vegan. I was wrong. That's what he should have done instead of just like fought and got all his ego involved. And he should have allowed, there is evidence showing that if you eliminate meat from your diet, there are some disease prevention benefits that studies have shown. There are. It's so easy to demonstrate. He just said, I should say, that's not right. Yeah, it's wrong, and I have a different position now. And he kind of did state his different position. He's saying he really meant to say is that there exists some threshold below which if you don't have any further reductions in eating meat, it will have the same benefits of the vegan diet with regards to disease prevention. But you see, that's a totally different statement than there is no strong evidence that elimination of meat prevents disease. That doesn't mean that there exists some threshold below which no further reductions of meat consumption will give you any worse health outcomes than a vegan as far as disease prevention goes. That's a whole different idea, a whole different proposition. It has a potentially different truth value than the one here about strong evidence. So that's what I'm saying. That's what should happen. Anyway. Oh, let's look at his last statement. I didn't even look at that. Let's check that out. But yeah, this looks at his last statement. I just see these are all, each one of these is a gold mine of just like discussion. Last one: plant-based dieters are either vegans or followers of pseudoscience. Yeah, we didn't even talk about that one. I mean, that could have been a big discussion right there too. Like, plant-based dieters are either vegans, okay, so I'm a plant-based dieter, that's a vegan, or followers of pseudoscience. Like, how does that in either or? Either you're a vegan or you follow pseudoscience. That would have been an interesting discussion too. Making people responsible, holding them accountable for these outrageous claims. And that's why I thought this would be a fun or an interesting debate, to finally get someone in real time to throw their outrageous anti-vegan claims in front of them and have them defend them or backtrack from them. Yeah, Zoe, those are opinions. I agree with you, Zoe. Those are not arguments. Those are opinions. And opinions are fine. We all have opinions on things. I'm not saying opinions are inherently bad or something like that. But to put your opinion out there as some kind of fact or an argument, that is wrong. Yeah, you can believe things, but don't put it out there as a fact or a truth. Just got to say, this is my opinion on something. Oh God, Matt, don't even talk about the vegan umbrella thing. Yeah. No, I don't want any of you guys to troll Kevin, to be completely honest. Seriously, guys. I'm not saying this with like a smart ass wink wink. No one troll Kevin. He's having a really bad time. He's like spiraling out of control. He's blocking everyone. He said he's going to take a week, maybe a month or longer off Twitter. I mean, I didn't want this to happen, honestly. I've made a few posts saying I feel kind of bad. I take some personal responsibility, or I have compassion. I don't want to see this happen. I don't want some guy to spiral out of control and quit social media or whatever and ban every vegan in the world. That was, no, not at all. I feel a little bad that this happened because he didn't have to spiral out of control like this. So apparently don't bug him. Seriously, guys, no one go bug him. I don't want to see anyone doing that. It will not make me happy or proud of you. I trolled Kevin. Please don't do that. Maybe so, Uncle Walt. Peter, I honestly agree with you. I don't think I did anything wrong. I don't think I did anything wrong by putting a person's words in front of them in real time and saying, hey, you said this, you tweeted this just like a week and a half ago, like, August 4th, let's talk about this. You said some pretty outrageous things here about vegans. Let's see if any of this is really true, or is it just complete nonsense? So I don't think I did anything wrong. I didn't misrepresent. How can you misrepresent someone if you're showing them their own words? It's pretty tough. Maybe AJ, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't even want to speculate what's about the spiraling out of control. But I do know the day after my debate with him, him and Dr. Avi were getting into it. And they had a private debate, I think on one of their Discords, where no one got to hear, just a conversation between the two of them, which further triggered Kevin. And that's when he blocked Avi, blocked me, and pretty much every vegan. Oh, Centauri, thanks for the super chat tip there. Which will happen first? Society goes vegan, or all meat is lab grown? I don't know. I mean, we want both those to kind of happen. We want more and more people to go vegan, and those who are not going vegan, yeah, hopefully we can get them to not eat meat that was from animal agriculture, traditional, killing, raising animals for slaughter, or, lab grown meats is going to be huge in that. If say for some odd reason they can't deal with like Beyond Burgers, they don't think it's macho enough or whatever, they can eat lab grown meat. It is meat. Like, plant-based burgers are like, they make it, they design it, they engineer it to be sort of like, real meat, but lab grown meat is the equal sign. It is real meat, just didn't come from slaughtered animals. So anyway, yeah, we want both those things to happen. Which will happen first? I don't know. I don't think we need to have that either or, that distinction, drive a wedge between lab grown meat and everyone going vegan. We just want more people to go vegan, more people who are not vegan to eat things that are not coming from animals. No, Zoe, I have no desire to eat lab-grown meat. I don't want to eat something that is meat. I'm cool with something that's similar to me, like a Beyond Burger or something like that, which I have very rarely. But I'm cool with that. But I don't want something that is meat, identical, one and the same with me. I don't want any part of it. In fact, Peter and I have talked a little bit about this. It does, in some sense, kind of perpetuate or normalize eating meat from animals. However, that said, if a human had to make a choice between a steak that came from a dead animal or a steak that came from a petri dish or whatever, I'd rather have them to take the petri dish one. But yeah, there's a lot of ethical things to think about. A lot of stuff to discuss when it comes to lab grown meat. But bottom line, yeah, it's not designed for vegans. But if some vegans eat it, that's on them. But it's not for me. Yeah, pet food would be an awesome application for it. I'm all for that. Uncle Walt, order your burrito. Oh, it'd probably be eaten by the time you made it out here, though. But if anyone, looking for a good vegan burrito out here, Poncho's Vegan Tacos. Yeah, most of us, vegan nays, most of us are like that, yeah. I think most of us are appreciating that, lab-grown meat exists or will exist for the masses, non-vegan masses, but we don't want it, We don't like meat. It's not like, a lot of people think as vegans, we're like every day, like using extreme willpower to resist eating meat. We're just attracted to it. And we're just like using all our willpower. No, stay away. No, it's not like that. We find it repulsive. So why would I want to eat something that's disgusting? But most of us, I'm saying, if you're a vegan and you're okay with that, I'm not going to make a video about you like, ooh, look at that vegan, they're eating lab-grown meat, what a bad person. I'm not going to do that. Yeah, you make your own choice. As long as you're not harming animals, I'm cool with it. Like I said, if you just want to eat Oreos all day as a vegan, I'll say, hey, you better go to your doctor, but I'm not going to call you out. I'm not going to make a video saying, look at that vegan that just eats Oreos all day. Unless you're out there on YouTube saying, hey, eat only Oreos all the time and you'll be the healthiest person or whatever. As long as you're not making silly claims. Hey, AJ, the Atomic Vegan.
AJ. Have a burrito on me.
Well, I might get an extra burrito now from all these late last minute super chat tips there. So thank you, and thanks again for using Streamlabs too, where they don't take a cut from the super chat tips. Yeah, don't worry, I'd be happy. I agree with you. Yeah, the definition of vegan won't exclude vegans who have a bite of a lab-grown meat. They'll still be considered vegan because there's no cruelty involved, especially if you consume a lab-grown meat that didn't involve any animal serum. I know there's a technology that doesn't involve that. So anyway, but yeah, thanks Atomic Vegan. Who else? Atomic Vegan and Centauri and El Tigre and Proteus Not Pills, Jessica, the most recent super chat tips there. Thanks so much, guys. We're definitely going to have a little feast on your generosity there. Yep, I'm with you, Centauri. I'll read your quote there. I wouldn't eat the lab-grown stuff, but It sure would be a lot better ethically than the real thing. 100%. I agree with you there. Yeah, there are some other issues to talk about, how it kind of normalizes or, meat eating. But that aside, yeah, as long as they're not killing the animals, that's a huge win for vegans, right? And for the animals. That's what vegans are. We're here for the animals. We're trying to fight for animals to not be exploited, killed, tortured. How many blueberries is too many? I don't know, Sage. I don't know if I have enough money to ever get to that point where I'm eating too many blueberries because they're usually pretty expensive. What to drink with burritos? I just drink water, man. That's what I drink pretty much all the time, except for my smoothies or the occasional alcohol. Maybe I don't think champagne and a burrito will go down together too well. Oh, Peter, you just look at Kevin Bass's Twitter. Yeah, it's pretty sad. Again, guys, don't troll. I'm not saying this wink, wink. No, seriously, don't troll. But yeah, if anyone wants to kind of witness the implosion, the mental, psychological implosion that Kevin's had, again, I have compassion for him. I feel sorry for him. It was never my intention for anything like this to happen. Seriously, I just wanted to show his tweets, have him defend them or backtrack, hold him accountable, make him responsible for his own words, and then move on. I wasn't trying to ruin someone's life or something like that. I'm not a cruel person. I'm not a sicko or something like that. So anyway, that's it. If you're watching, Kevin, seriously, let's, not get too bummed out about this. Just one discussion. It doesn't disprove everything you've ever believed or anything. Unless you're thinking about, well, maybe veganism is right. Maybe that is blowing your mind, but I doubt it. Who is Kevin? The guy I debated veganism. The guy I debated last Wednesday. Race shows no mercy, huh? Let's see. Nadia says a single malt scotch probably goes better with a nice bean burrito. For better or worse, yeah, we have no way to make a scotch here, so that's not going to happen unless something really bizarre happens. Yeah, JL, I'm with you. It's totally possible to be healthy and ethical. That's what we're all about here. Moral, ethical vegans. We're morally opposed to animal cruelty. And I prefer, as a vegan, to not just eat Oreos and kale all day, only Oreos and kale. Not to say anything bad with kale. I'm just saying that I'm just kind of picking on those people that just eat olive oil and kale and they call themselves a vegan. That's a horrible diet. Anyway, I'm all about trying to be as healthy within reason that I possibly can to live a long, healthy life. I am in my 50s now. I have to be more concerned about things like that, living a healthy lifestyle, having a healthy diet than I did when I was in my 20s. I could get away with a lot more then. So yeah, it's totally not only possible, it's very doable and not that hard to be an ethical vegan and choose, if you want to pick a balanced, healthy, sensible vegan diet. Ooh, a margarita sounds good. That's what we had when we were at Gracias Madre the other day. We got their house margarita. So good. That was amazing margarita. And I did have it with some of their Mexican food there. That's all they have there is Mexican food. Kombucha. No, Peter, I'm not a big kombucha fan. Good, guys. Yeah, don't bother. Don't troll Kevin. It's a waste of time. It's just kind of cruel, too, especially when he's bummed. Did Ryan just say olive oil isn't healthy? I'm just saying, Kyle, I've seen people, I don't want to mention any names right now, that said they tried being vegan or they were vegan and you asked them what they ate. Oh, I just ate kale and olive oil. Kale and olive oil? That was your entire diet? I mean, being vegan allows you to eat thousands of edible plants, all these different food groups, and you're just eating olive oil and kale. So I'm not dissing olive oil. I'm not dissing kale. I'm just going, why? How in the world? Who told you to eat olive oil and kale? That's ridiculous. Excluding perfectly healthy food groups and just having weird stuff like that. I know it's someone who came from a raw. I think they were doing some kind of raw thing or something like that, and their health failed them. They blamed it on veganism. No, they blame your silly choices, your ridiculous choices that no medical doctor ever said to eat olive oil and kale exclusively as your only foods as a vegan. My body is my temple. Hey, thanks so much for the super chat tip there. Much appreciated. Let's see. So many vegan restaurants have burgers and nachos. I'm over it. There was a Chinese restaurant at the source with vegan options. Any recommend? Are you talking about the one? Is that the one here in Long Beach? over by the airport. Is that what you're talking about? If so, that's, yeah, they have like chashu bao and shumai. And the day we went there, they were out of a lot of that dim sum stuff. So I can't give you a full review of it. If that's what I'm thinking about, I don't want to go back there. It's like really crowded, hard to park. But I know what you're saying. When you like, even the Poncho's Vegan Tacos here that I'm gonna go to after this live stream's done, they have burgers too. I think they have Beyond or Impossible burgers. They're like, no, I don't want that. I want the Mexican food. I don't want some like Beyond Burger at the Mexican restaurant. So I know what you're talking about. Sometimes nachos, though, can be good. They usually suck. They have some crappy cheese on it, but I got some nachos at Gracias Madre at happy hour when we went the other day. They're really good. I'd get them again. But I know what you mean. Yeah, typically at nachos, I'm not excited at all about nachos. But thank you so much. My body is my temple. I'm with you. Let's see. Let me get a little bit more water here. Stay hydrated. Jess, even your goats spit out kale? Really? Are you serious? I thought goats ate everything. Oh, Buena Park. Okay, they closed it. Oh, okay. You're not thinking of the same place. I wasn't thinking of the same place you're referring to. But yeah, if you know any good Chinese vegan restaurants, let me know, because those are really hard to find. They're few and far between. You're done with tacos, burgers, and nachos. I know how you feel. Yeah, very rarely when I go out do I order well, I like tacos. I like all Mexican food, to be honest with you. Like, what they put in a taco, they could put it in a burrito or a torta, whatever. I love all that stuff. But yeah, I kind of like the burritos where we're going today. But the tacos at Gracias Madre are nice too. No produce, not pills. I don't remember my first live stream ever. I actually don't. I should, huh? I guess I could go back and on YouTube and sort through my live videos and see what it was. I'm kind of curious what my first live stream was. Was I any good at it or not? I have no idea. Oh, Peter, yes, Panda Express, the vegan orange chicken made by Beyond Meat. Well, they had it at select locations in New York and Southern California. On a past live stream, someone told me here in Southern California, they were sold out at all the Panda Expresses except for two. And one of them was in the city where my mom lives. And I called theirs up and I said, you guys have that orange chicken? And they said, no, we're all out. So I guess they were right. So I don't know what the deal is. Was it just a quick test? Like, why'd they only have it in like just a tiny fraction of a percent of all their locations and just for like a few days or barely a week? So I wish I could have had it. I heard it was really good. Let's see. What are you saying there, Matt? You damn vegan elites. Raise your hand if you've been personally victimized by Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan. Who's saying that? Is that like what Kevin or someone saying, that I'm giving out information that is like so bad I'm actually harming people's health here? Like saying eat a wide diversity of whole food plants and get exercise and, you know. But yeah, if you like kombucha, Matt, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, doesn't change the definition of veganism. I mean, it wouldn't affect a person, you know, if they're vegan or not. Yeah, there's some people don't like kombucha, and I'm in that group. Cool, Veganese. I'm glad you are enjoying this live discussion. And I'm going to actually send a quick text to Angie, see if she wants to order the burritos. Get 2 for 1 here. Where's Angie at? I'm going to say order burritos. See what she says. Oh, Twaja, thank you so much there. Now we have the most bitchin' burrito fun ever. We could like, you know, buy like quadruple what we're going to get. But thank you guys. So they're not that expensive. Maybe we'll get something nice that we normally don't get. I'll see what else is on their menu. But thanks, Twaja. Actually, I got a breakfast burrito yesterday at Plant Powered Fast Food. So I haven't, you know, paid my credit card bill yet. So I'll apply what you guys are giving me today to that. I've been getting into the breakfast burritos. We get them maybe like once a week now. Angie's still working on her book. Not a vegan book. I told you she's working on a book about a punk rock, a straight edge punk rock fanzine that she had back in the 80s. Some publisher guy got in touch with her. I think he works with other people that had things like that in the past. So she's really close to finishing like her first draft of it, and I'm looking forward to reading it. I haven't checked it out yet, but I'm looking forward to it to help her see if she needs any, if I could suggest anything like that. All right, cool. Angie said she can do that. Awesome. I'll let them know. Our viewers have donated. All right, cool. All right, she's going to order the burritos for us right now. So that means the live stream will be over pretty quick. I think it takes them maybe like 15 minutes typically to make it. It takes us like 5 minutes to drive there, if even that. It's pretty close. Could probably walk there in like 20 minutes, but it's hot. Uncle Wall, I didn't mean to shake Kevin's world, and hopefully he'll be the same. Hopefully he'll just like take a few deep breaths, meditate, and come back. Oh, Angie just texted me. She said, what did Angie just say here? She said, give you guys, our viewers, her thanks. And I want to thank you too. Thanks, guys, for buying us a late lunch, early dinner once again. Much appreciated. It's really kind of you guys. I think you're thinking of Lance Bass, bro scientist, not Kevin Bass. Peter, no, it's not smoky here. Yeah, we're in Southern California, pretty far away from the Northern California fires. What's it like for you guys in Southern Canada there? Are you guys getting a smoke? I mean, once in a while, if the wind direction changes, it'll happen. We'll smell smoke for an hour or two or three tops. But yeah, it's pretty. The air is pretty normal here in Southern California. It has been for all summer because the fires are so far away. Well, I'm glad the chat date's going good for you there, Race and Zoe. Wow, you guys are gonna have to meet up. At least send each other a picture, a photo, or something. You guys got to find a way to communicate after this. You guys should figure something out. You know how to stay in touch after the live stream. Oh, it is smoky in Vancouver. Yeah, I've seen maps, like, satellite maps of the smoke from the fires, and it seems like, yeah, it's more in the Pacific Northwest than here. Okay, you guys are having BC fires too. I wasn't sure. I haven't seen many reports about the BC fires, probably because there's so many fires here in California. I hope so, Race. You guys got to find some way to stay in touch. Yep, you got that right, Blacklit, Black Hiss. This happens every summer now. Every summer we have crazy fires. Last summer were the worst wildfires we ever had in California. Well, this year we're not even, we're like midway into summer, and it's like the worst ever. So yeah, this is no coincidence. Remember how the year before last Australia was burning like it is here in California. Siberia every summer, in Russia, Siberian wilderness there burns. They have the biggest. I heard the fire in Siberia, the fires in Siberia, total more than all of the rest of the world's wildfires right now. So the climate's gone crazy. Things are dry and burning up, and you just can't say, oh, it's just a random thing, it's a sunspot. No, climate change is real. I mean, I don't know what more of a wake-up call humanity needs, and I don't know, it's really depressing. I wonder if we're really going to make it another 20 or 50 or 100 years. But anyway, wow, AG Vintage, the fires are making it all the way out to the East Coast. Wow, I know that's the way the wind direction blows from west to east, so that's why we're not really getting it here. It doesn't really blow south typically. It's 500 degrees GL. That sounds pretty hot. Be careful there. Wow, plant-based power. You think we have 5 years left of the safe zone of global warming? Wow, where'd you hear that? Is that based on something? Is it from like the United Nations IPCC report, or is that just a personal speculation? Just curious if you have some data that I could take a look at, because that fascinates me in a morbid kind of way, But anyway, please let me know. You're getting our smoke in Colorado. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Okay, so Race just left a way for Zoe to find Race Lover on Insta. Oh, so now I'll find you on Instagram now, Race Lover, and I'll finally be able to figure out who the hell you are. Vegan for Peace. If you have IBS, go visit a medical doctor if you haven't already, because I know many people have IBS and they're not vegan, and I've seen some vegans that have IBS, so you might have some kind of issue that and not only just a regular medical doctor, specifically you might want to, I highly suggest, I'm not a medical doctor, but looking for a gastroenterologist. And if you're in Southern California, I can refer you to a vegan gastroenterologist, a board certified one nonetheless. I'm not sure if she's taking any patients right now, unfortunately. But yeah, that's what I would do. I don't know if it's true that veganism caused it, because that's not a normal thing for vegans. You know, you don't see that as most of us here are vegan and we don't have IBS. I'm just saying what you have going on there sounds very personal to your biology. So I would go visit a medical doctor, a gastroenterologist on that. And let's see what else you guys are saying. Vegan for Peace keeps strong. Well, I'm just saying that's what anyone should do. If you think you have some kind of health condition from being vegan, there's no health condition known from being vegan other than if you eat a whole food plant-based diet, you reduce your risk of getting and dying from the most common kinds of deaths, like heart disease, stroke, diabetes, stuff like that, common forms of cancer. So other than that, there's no health condition that goes along with veganism other than possibly really good health. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is if you have some kind of condition, you think your vegan diet's causing it, go to a doctor. Don't come here and say veganism is killing you. Your doctor will probably say otherwise. I'll allow that comment to go through. Produce on pills. Yeah, IBS has to do with disrupting your gut microbiome, usually due to a shitty diet. Shitty in many ways, like you're putting just some unhealthy foods in there, or you're screwing it up by just fasting all the time, or juice fasting, weird stuff like that. You know, I've yet to meet a person who is eating just like a balanced, sensible vegan diet, how we do here, that has gotten IBS. Not to say it's impossible. I'm sure it's happened, but it's very rare. All these people I've seen that I quit veganism because of IBS, they were doing something crazy, like 30-day fast, 2-month water fast, raw for a year, 10 years or whatever. Just strange things that are not just like a balanced, sensible vegan diet with all your vegan food groups in there. Let's see, Nadia. So you have a gastroenterologist, and you say your gastroenterologist is not concerned with your veganism, and they mostly suspect a bleeding ulcer, and there is a pain getting approval for anesthesia from your cardiologist. So I'm glad they're not blaming veganism on any of that. Yeah, okay, since you guys are so generous, Angie asked me if I want to try their vegan fish taco. Okay, yeah, sure. Sounds cool. I'll tell her. She's ordering right now. So thanks to you guys, I'm going to try their vegan fish taco. Never had it before. Uncle Walt, 74 degrees. Let's see what it is here. 82 here in Long Beach. See, that you're so lucky, Uncle Walt. I'm totally envious of the microclimate of like the area where you live at. It's that nice cool breeze off the ocean. You know, it'll be like 90 here, and I'll look on the weather report for your side of town. Like, man, it's like 10 degrees cooler. So lucky. Have the air conditioner on in this room, or else it would be just a sweat box in here. Veganism is a fad, huh? I didn't know veganism is a fad. Let's see how veganism is a fad here, because I don't know if your doctors know what veganism is. Veganism is not a diet, it's a philosophy, a way of living which seeks to exclude as much as possible and practical all forms of exploitation and cruelty to animals for food, clothing, or any other purpose. In other words, it's an ethical, moral stance. It has nothing to do with eating any particular food other than that food is not from an animal, be it meat or an excretion or anything like that. So that's what veganism is. There's nothing since when is morality a fad? Like, oh, I'm against rape. Oh, that's just a fad. You're in a weird little fad right now. You'll come back and want to rape again in the future when you grow up. No, There's nothing fatty about having a moral stance against cruelty to sentient beings. I'm sorry, that is not a fad. It's having compassion. Let's see. All right, I'm telling Angie, okay, cool. Let me know when we need to go for the burritos that you guys got us. So thank you guys. Ooh, 67 in upstate New York. That sounds lovely. What I see about the physicians committee? Okay. They said hip hop was a fad when it first came out. Okay, Vegan for Peace. Please stop trolling us here. You don't have to talk about VD. She just makes up a bunch of crap. She'll find a video of me talking, hey guys, this is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan. She'll catch me like this for 1 second when she hits pause, and look at Ryan's hands are all contorted, his face is all effed up because he's vegan, and make up a bunch of nonsense. So if you think that is a valid way of communicating truth, hitting pause on someone, like I said, I could probably find Brad Pitt or whoever you think is beautiful, hit pause, and I'm sure you'll find Brad Pitt looking like this for a second. I can make up some crap about him, you know. If you think that is somehow fact, if that's somehow truth and logic, you got a weird sense of how you process information. All right, what did Angie just say here? 15 to 20 minutes. All right, guys, I should get going in a sec. I got to kind of get ready to go. I'm not quite ready to go at this moment. I need proper pants and shoes and wallets and things like that. So any last second questions, quick ones. We can do a rapid fire. If you have something I can answer in like 5-10 seconds, I'll do it. And then I got to go and get my food. Vegan burritos. I don't need pants, sir. Yes, I do. Yeah, I'm actually wearing some just soft cloth shorts right now. That's what I mean. Just something a little more hardcore than these things I just lounge around in all day here. Probiotics, I don't take anything probiotic wise other than when I eat some sauerkraut or kimchi or something like that. But I'm not thinking, I'm having probiotics right now. Have I been to Portland? Yeah, I've been to Portland a couple times with my band, played a show there, and visited some of Angie's family there. But no, we haven't been to Portland in a long time, like 10 years or so. I don't even think I was vegan then. Yeah, Let's see. Let's see, any other last second questions here before I go? What's in my burritos? I forgot, Uncle. I just like the basics, beans, rice, maybe some potatoes. I forgot. I don't like a bunch of weird stuff. I know they have like weird fake meats, but we order it so we don't get the fake meats. We just want more of the plants. You know what I'm saying? That's how we like it. We don't need the fake this and carne asada and all that stuff like that. I mean, it's all right, but I just prefer more beans, more rice, right? Let's see. Yeah, I know there's a lot of great vegan food in Portland, so I'm really want to go up there sometime and eat a bunch of, just go crazy at the restaurants there. Let's see. Oh, someone just bought some on our website right now. Kristen, if you're watching right now, thanks for buying. What'd you get, Kristen? If you're watching right now. I won't say on my watch, but it looks like you maybe either bought a book or t-shirt. So if you're watching right now, Kristen, thanks so much for making an order off shop.happyhealthyvegan.org. In fact, let me leave a link to that right now if anyone wants to check out what we got. We're still in a lot of trouble with t-shirts. There's apparently, like you guys maybe heard, there's like a global computer microchip shortage. Well, there's also a global like t-shirt shortage right now. We're having a hell of a time getting our shirts in stock. I'm going to put the link down there if anyone wants to get it, but we have plenty of copies of Angie's book, the Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook. We have plenty of the print copy still. We have ebooks if you don't want to pay the postage, because it does cost a lot to mail these overseas if you happen to not live in the United States or one of our territories. But yeah, we have the ebook of Keep It Carb Baby, or Angie's book from 2016. But yeah, we still have plenty of these. I made sure we pressed up a ton, at least for our needs. Let's see. Any other questions before I get going here? Do a video series of our trip to Portland. Well, that won't be anytime soon, unfortunately, the battery. But yeah, if we go, we're still doing YouTube, which I have every intention to keep on doing. Yeah, we'll definitely make a video about that, a video or two. Let's see. Any other questions before we get going? I guess not. All right, I should get going because I got to go pick up our food. So I want to just thank everyone once again for buying us burritos instead of pizza tonight. Thanks so much. Much appreciated. Angie again says her thanks too, and so do I. That's really cool of you guys. Oh, here's Angie.
No worries.
Oh, right at the end here. Look at Angie.
Yeah, well.
Angie's here. Woohoo! Look at my hottie.
Hi guys. Woo! Yeah, it's warm out there. You're gonna be shocked.
I know.
This room
Feels great right now.
It
Yeah.
feels amazing.
Uncle Walt said it's 72 where he's at. It's 82 here,
Yeah,
so we gotta go.
It's always cooler over there.
We gotta go chill with Uncle Walt.
Yeah. I know. We do need to go to that restaurant sometime.
I know, huh? Yeah, we still want to do that, Uncle Walt. I've just been busy, but we definitely still want to go chill with you.
Crazy.
Things have been crazy for sure.
Things have been really crazy.
There's Angie.
Yeah. Anyways, man, I was getting out some old magazines, and now I have like all this weird dust in my eyes.
Oh yeah, I tell you how that she's making writing the intro for the book about her 80s straight edge punk rock fanzine.
Yeah. Then we have like a little stash of old magazines and fanzines in the back room where we keep our CDs. So I thought, let me just look through these in the off chance there's anything valuable there. But I didn't see anything. Well, I mean, I saw there's a lot of fun stuff that like reviews and interviews and stuff have to do with both our bands, but.
Hey Race, can you like block that person who's copying and pasting? I thought I had a way to stop that, but I have moderators to do that, so thanks.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I looked up the wolf cut haircut thing when I was when Ryan was talking about getting his haircut, because you guys probably aren't familiar with Tomorrow by Together, but one of the guys in text named Bomgu, he has like a wolf cut, and I was like, is it really called a wolf cut? Like
a haircut?
I really sometimes I have information I don't know how.
Thank you, Race.
Like I'll understand something, but I don't remember where I read it. So I looked up wolf cut, and then I saw that all those people were doing that on TikTok, where they just pull their hair into a ponytail and start cutting that. I would not feel comfortable doing that. I'd be so scared. But anyways, I was like, can't you get some kind of a Bomgu wolf cut? So he really did think initially that she would leave more hair than she did, but now that he's had it done, I can see that there's a lot of benefits to him having shorter hair, because it was usually all crazy sticking out anyways. So
I'm loving it. I have no regrets. Yeah, and it's growing out nicely.
It's been for the better.
Yeah.
Been for the better. I'm fine with it. As far as my hair goes, I haven't had anyone cut my hair. Like, have you ever seen anyone cut my hair?
Think of all the money we saved.
You know what? One
time a friend of a friend. Yeah.
One time my friend was getting training as a beautician, and she asked if I would come in to like. Actually, I don't know if she cut it, but she wanted to. It was back when they used to do chunky stripes in hair, in like 2002. So yeah. I let her do that. That was the last time anyone touched my hair.
Yeah, think of all that money, huh? Yeah. We're just putting like, how much does it cost to get a lady's haircut? Like $100 or something like that?
Probably. You guys have to tell me.
If we put that like for the past like 20 years in the stock market, that'd be amazing.
That's just a haircut too. To say nothing, if I was dyeing my hair, which as you guys know, I haven't dyed my hair. Gosh, since the last time we had professional photographs taken for Love Spirals, which was for our 2009 album. So
now we do our own photography.
Yes, because I am so DIY. Not only do I cut and style my own hair, take my own photographs, design my own album, because I do it all because I'm a control freak.
And we need help. So if anyone,
I'm cheap and I already have skills, so why not just use my own skills?
Yeah.
Rather than relying on someone
for
else.
better or worse, we just kind of roll with it ourselves.
Yeah, so I was just chatting with my brother. I had him read through my intro, and
he's in Portland, by the way.
Yeah, and my brother was like, he was helpful for sure, pointing out,
because we were just talking about Portland.
Oh, the crazy weather there.
I wondered if we were going to go up there. I said, or if we've ever been there. I said, yeah, we haven't been for a while, but visiting family. But I don't know when we'll be back next, but we want to. We're going to go there
We
and
haven't
eat.
been anywhere in the Pacific Northwest since like 2005.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
When we went up for my brother's wedding, that's it.
So we should probably go get our stuff, huh?
Yeah, I'm super excited.
Yeah, it's about time. It's really tricky to park there, so I'll have to work that out. But anyway.
Zoe remembers the hideous stripe trend. Yeah. Unfortunately, I let my friend do that to me for it so she could pass some that she was doing. And then we went on. We went and did our very first show ever, like in as Love Spirals for the Project Fest.
Oh, it was right after that? Oh, okay. So that was like 2001 or something.
Hair. Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Yeah, one day we have some henna dye. One day we'll put the henna on my hair. It's like
red,
black with a little red tint. So I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully I'll do a good job.
Again, I'm not trying to hide anything. I'm just trying to have fun. Like this haircut's fun. I'm just going to have some fun with it.
Make it a little more fun.
Maybe VD will make a video. Look at Ryan dyed his hair red because his hair is whatever. Fill in the blank. She'll make some nonsense.
He wants to look like a K-drama star. Let's be honest.
I just think it looks cool when I see the red highlights. So I'm going. I could try that.
So funny.
Oh yeah. All right, guys. Well, Race Lover, let me know how this works out with Zoe. Maybe we'll spark some romance with Race Lover tonight. Yeah, we'll see what's going on. Let me know how it goes.
I would ship that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So someone just said, "Have a great dinner." Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I know Ryan was kind of thinking about the burritos yesterday, and it didn't work out.
Yeah,
so,
but it's going to work out today. Yeah. All right, let's go get them. So thanks, guys. As far as future videos, we should be back to the regular Friday live stream since we've had weird things happen. So yeah, we should be back this week. And I will look into that video, that topic that you guys brought up to me about how I saw the article about how egg producers are calling their eggs plant-based because they're feeding their chickens plants.
Oh, come on.
That's crazy.
You can't do that.
That's crazy. Like, say you feed your beef plants so you can call the meat plant-based meat. Yeah, it's crazy. So I'm going to look this up and just talk about that. So I'll work on that this week, assuming I could find any articles. If you have any good ones, please forward them to me on my Twitter at Ryan Lum. I'm not sure you have to follow me or not, but if not, you can always send a message to us on our website, happyhealthyvegan.org.
Hey, it's plant-based Howard said for you to let me take over and you run to get the burrito. The way it usually works is that the parking is terrible.
It's horrible.
There,
so I send her in.
Yeah, usually I have to hop out of the car.
I park illegally in a red zone and send her in as I kind of wait out there. So unfortunately, for this one restaurant, we can't do that. They picked one of the worst places in we used to go to the pizza place before because they had vegan pizza.
It was very tough. We would go and get the $2 Tuesday slices in the middle of the day, hoping that would be better.
And there's no parking, so it's really tough there. It's a good idea, but unfortunately, it's a two-person job to pick up the burritos there. But anyway, guys, thanks so much. Yeah, we'll try to get a new video out for you this week and a live stream on Friday. And yeah, follow me at Ryan Lum on Twitter. You want to see more of what's going on with this whole Kevin thing. And
Ray Sliver says they're already divorced. Just
no, I'm bummed.
Yeah.
I was holding space for this.
Yeah. Sarah said, rebound?
Oh yeah, Uncle Walt told me about this last time too. I'll look at this up too, Uncle Walt. I totally forgot about it until you reminded me right here. He has said, "Did you look at the bacon shortage in California due to upcoming regulations?" So I remember he said something. It's going to be pretty practically impossible to produce bacon in our state, which I'm totally cool for. Consider it's a huge place here. So I'll look that up too, Uncle Walt. Thanks for reminding me about that. So I got a couple of interesting stories to look at this week for you guys. So now burritos are calling us.
Yeah.
All right, and thank you guys once again. So, all right, peace out from Ryan and Angie. Happy Healthy Vegan. Bye, guys.